my friends. Good morning. How are you all doing? Happy Monday morning, everybody. It's so good to see all your beautiful faces, or names, as it were, in chat. Coke's in here snagging the first. Chaotic, good morning. Infinite, good morning. Infinite's an EP boy. How is the weekend? Not long enough, as he says, coming off a week vacation. That's still not long enough. Gizmo, why as soon as I fucking start this, you come here. Gizmo wants early attention this morning. So we're getting very early Gizmo time. Gizmo, say hello to everybody. Here he is doing his thing, being a menace as usual. All great, got to see and hang out with some fam. Hell yeah, excellent. Tiring for sure, but got to do a lot and got a lot done. Nice, Cokes. But now I'm sitting in even worse Boston traffic as they're repairing one of the tunnels that was super old. Which is good, but when you make the worst city for traffic in the world even worse. True. And that's a fun fact, yeah. They just released, like, the worst traffic in the world. I heard about this on the radio last week. And America's got a lot of them. Look at this boy. Look at him. Look at how ferociously he's munching on himself. Look at that cute boy. Look at that cute boy. Gizmo. Look, I'll stop. And then he'll be like, what the fuck? He's so confused. Have you had enough attention? Are you ready to go down? Alright, down we go. There you go. Ugh. I got cat hair everywhere, stuck in my beard. Everything. But yeah, how was everybody's weekend? For our Texan homies, or the people in the path of Hurricane Beryl, please make sure you're staying extra safe today. I know a number of homies that are living in the Texan/Houston area, Blaine being one of them. He said, I texted him this morning, telling him and the fam to make sure that they're safe, and he's like, I got woken up by, like, apparently they have house alarms there for this kind of shit, because it happens so often, I guess. Is it making landfall today? It made landfall like an hour ago, yeah. It has already hit. Yeah, he was saying that their house alarm was, like, blaring for them at, like, whatever would be 6 o'clock in the morning. Everyone stop what you're doing, Gizmo is here, yeah. Nightbot, imagine not having my emotes. But them shutting down the Sumner is having gigantic impacts downstream. Perks of not needing to go anywhere near Boston for work, hell yeah. You don't need to go near Boston for work, but remember, the way they pitched it to you is that you're like 20 minutes from stunning Boston, right? 20 minutes from the outskirts of Boston, 2 hours from actually getting inside of it. Take me with you. Cokes, you could always look for a new fancy employment back out in the UMass neck of the woods, you know what I'm saying? I hear Worcester is nice. I was gonna say this time of year, but when is Worcester ever really nice? That work from home life, big mood. Very big mood. Best thing that's ever happened to anything ever is work from home. Oh fuck, I gotta change the thing, because while it is Cookie's comfy hour, it's also Mental Health Monday. And we got some stuff to do because it's Mental Health Monday. Mental Health Monday, baby. Prince gave me some cards for today. I'll pull them up. Bam. I'll also get Photoshop open here. We could maybe do like a little bit of a reveal-y-do of another body part. We're getting close. We're less than 2 weeks away. 2 full weeks away from the anniversary celebradoos. Let's see here. Prince. File new from clipboard. You love to see it. Bam. Okay. Photoshop. Also, the EPW sticker behind. I love that. Such a nice touch, Prince. Thank you. I am touched. Take me with you. Been 20 minutes from 10 feet behind me? That sounds about right. I've low-key pitched that to my wife, but all the pharma companies are out here, and academia doesn't pay like Big Pharma does, unfortunately. That's fair. Let me organize thoughts. I just had an ADHD, really bad ADHD, like 5 words trying to come out at once. The East-West rail line. It's still a ways out, but that could be an opportunity to escape the city. And, in a couple of years here, maybe once the kiddos are a little bit more grown up, in school, able to take more care of themselves, move a little bit more out west. Provided Massachusetts trains get their shit together. I'm really excited for the East-West rail line because, like, right now, it's so unfeasible if you're in any part of Massachusetts, really, that isn't, like, the coast over there, like, the Atlantic coast of Mass. It's so unfeasible to make, like, a day trip to Boston or Salem or anything like that. Get us that East-West rail line where it's only, like, half an hour to get to Boston instead of having to take the Pike. Have they said that it's going to end in Boston, South or North Station? I don't know, honestly. I know that it's passing, like, right through the middle here. Like, it's supposed to connect with, like, Holyoke, Springfield, maybe even out to the Berkshires, which would be incredible. Make that much less of a terrible fucking commute as well. Man, fuck the Berkshires. They're beautiful out there, but like, we may as well give everything in the Berkshires to New York. It's barely Massachusetts, all the way out there. I'll look it up, actually. MA East-West Railroad. East-West Passenger Rail Study. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation is conducting a study. Oh, it's a study right now. It's not even something that they have, like, officially written in. Is conducting a study to examine the cost, benefits, and investments necessary to implement passenger rail service from Boston to Springfield and Pittsfield. So it does go to the Berkshires. Boston, Springfield, Pittsfield. With speed, frequency, and reliability necessary to be a competitive option for travel along this corridor. The study will assess up to 6 alternatives, which will feature a range of approaches, including high-speed rail and potential infill stations. Ooh, man. Yeah, because right now, Springfield Railroad, like, it's an Amtrak, one single Amtrak line that I think you can take to either Boston or New York, but not a lot of people know about it, not a lot of people use it, and it's not really good for, like, commuter rail. Like, that's not something you take, like, if you live out here and work in, like, Worcester or Boston. Amtrak is so fucking expensive, too. Yeah, it ain't cheap. And that's one of the cool things about passenger rail, is that it can be less expensive, because there's up front when they make it, they build it, sure, there's that early upfront cost of them trying to pay off all the fucking debt that they've incurred making the railroad. But if it is affordable and accessible and a whole bunch of people use it, it's like any other public transportation. You can charge $1 for the ticket, fill up a train, you fill up a train with 1,000 people, bam, one trip. That's why, like, the PVTA is so successful. But I digress. I love public transportation. I am very against the United States' reliance on, like, car infrastructure and transport. Guess who gets half off? Gets half off Amtrak? Oh, I see what you, like, price-wise. Hell yeah, Infinite. Our resident train expert. I cleaned my entire apartment this weekend and noticed I'm missing so much stuff. Like what? What do you mean? I would love to not be driving right now. Yeah. Same. Trains are so much safer than cars, too. Like, great, yeah, if a train gets into a train accident, you're probably gonna get really fucked up. But, I mean, train accidents are so far less common than a car accident. Like, it's not like you're randomly gonna get T-boned by another train that you didn't see coming at a four-way intersection. It's like a cataclysmic breakdown of a whole bunch of different safety measures that causes any sort of train accidents. Ain't nobody texting and driving on the train, baby. But as it is, the commuter rail is too expensive, too infrequent, and way too unreliable. Yeah. In Boston, at least. Like, look at New York, for example. It's affordable, very efficient compared to out this way. Like, they do a good job. You say ad infinite, but compared to everywhere else, like, sure, if you compare it to a country that has their shit together, like a European country or Japan, where the train lines are, like, the form of public transport, we're gonna look really, really backwater. But New York, compared to Boston, looks like this fucking shining city on the hill type of thing, in terms of its public transport. I was talking about texting and driving a train. I mean, fair. You're not gonna, like, veer off into a different lane, though. Texting and driving on a train is a little bit different than texting and driving a car. The issue with MA is that the further you get from Boston, the less people want their tax dollars to go to the MBTA, which is why I think the East-West is such a good idea, because it's not just the MBTA. Like, they gotta hook up with all the local municipalities, and the people out this way want, like, we've been looking at houses in this area, and one of the things that a lot of homeowners and, like, people in the neighborhoods that we've talked to are hoping for, like, some of the towns out this way, like Holyoke and Chicopee, for example, where they used to be these really boom mill towns that now have all this empty real estate of just these big, like, warehouses and old industrial mills that are, like, getting converted into apartments and shops. They want this rail line so that people can live there and commute elsewhere, or have people come almost like touristy, because Holyoke, when you're in the right part of it, is gorgeous. Sigamigs, what's going on? You stay safe today, you hear, homie? Power's out, but I wanted to say hi. I appreciate that. How was the community game night last night, homie? I was able to lurk for a bit, but I was knees deep in Final Fantasy XIV. You caught us for Mental Health Monday, if this is anything that might help distract you from the incoming storm. Some of my best friends live out in your neck of the woods, so I'm wishing you all stay the absolute safest you can. I was texting one of them this morning, right before you had posted in Kate's Discord about, like, the radar. I was texting my friend Blaine, who lives right in the heart of Houston, and I was like, bro, please, like, stay safe today. Text me, like, every so often so I know you're okay. And he was like, man, I woke up, he got up at, like, 6 o'clock in the morning or something, to the house alarms blaring. And I was like, what the fuck is a house alarm? Had never even heard of it. but a very good morning to you. I'm happy to hear that your community game night went well. That is lovely. All right, let me get some, a brush here. What do we got for color? Pink? Perfect. All right. Oh, Prince. Ooh, these are some juicy ones today. All right, quick rundown, folks. If you've never been here for this, this is a recently new thing that we've done for Mental Health Monday. The name of this game is called Substance. It's like a, I would say a more wholesome, but more like conversational version of Cards Against Humanity. Each Monday, we get 3 cards, one from each category. We got intimacy, mindfuck, and vulnerability. And as the main rule of the game suggests, that the name of the game is Substance, so your answers should have some substance. And I guess the purpose of this game is to like get to know people better in like a party or like a conversational setting. Like kind of skip the small talk and be like, hey, let's figure out who all of us really are, see if we all really pass the vibe check with each other. So the questions for today, and we'll go in order, answering these questions to the best of our ability. Also, there is no pressure for anybody to answer these questions. This is entirely for us to facilitate that mental health talk with no pressure of anybody participating in the mental health talk. If you just want to hang out, lurk, and listen, that is totally fine. But if you ever have something you want to get off your chest, this is always the place to do it. So the questions this morning: how many times have you fallen in love? What is the name of this chapter of your life? And what's an apology you never got to give? You finally found all your stuff? What were you missing? Where'd you get this game from? Yeah, that's a good question. I would like, honestly, I would like a copy of this game just to have. Both to support the developers for making this game, because very good game, very solid game. I wish I had the idea to make a game like this. This is awesome. And it would be a cool thing as like a traveling kind of like party game. Hey, go to the friend's house for a house party? Yo, let's get intimate with each other, right? So the first question, my friends, on this fine Mental Health Monday is: how many times have you fallen in love? And this can be a very interesting question, because love is such a, I don't know, I feel like most everything's, it's kind of cliche to say these days, but everything is really a spectrum. Ever since like that has been something that I've really internalized, is how much of a spectrum just emotion and identity are. It's hard to like be monochrome with things. Because how many times have you fallen in love? Somebody could be like, oh man, like I was head over heels for this person, but then where do you put a crush in there, right? Does it have to be romantic love, or could it be like you have a platonic relationship with somebody and you realize, hey, I love this person, not romantically, but like this person means an incredible amount to me. More so than like blood family. They are your chosen family. Does that count here? I leave that up to your interpretation. I'm not posing this question as to like what are the criteria here. This is up for your own interpretation for whatever number you come up with. And that's a tough one in terms of romantic love. For me, how many people are in this core community? What core? Nightcore? I love some Nightcore. It's a website you found on TikTok. You were missing your Switch charger, my DS with 4K plus. You have, are you saying these are 4K compatible games? Or you have 4,000 Nintendo DS games? I didn't even know they made that many. Probably one time. Ooh, do you want to go into it, Eagles? How many people are... Oh, I see in love as a romantic connection level, so I would say twice, because I think as you get older, the meaning of love evolves. For you, absolutely. I've only ever been in 2 relationships. So probably 2 there for me as well. But people I feel like I had like a legitimate connection with or loved in a way that was other than romantic. A lot more than that. The constant revisitor. Oh, hell yeah. You put my mods in a submission hold. Like, what kind of submission hold? Like, you squeeze their head between your thighs like a watermelon? Because I'm all about that, Chef Moose. Also, Moose, happy Monday. I hope you're doing well, homie. How was your weekend? I think if it's romantic love, I'd say I've been in love 5 times. If platonic love, then oh my goodness, I can't count the number of people I just genuinely love. Yeah, I would agree with that. Romantic love, yeah, like, I would say romantic love, maybe as much as half a dozen times I've been in romantic love with somebody. I've only ever been in 2 romantic relationships, though. For a variety of reasons. Like, one of the people I would consider this list is when I was coming off of my first relationship. And to this day, I do definitely still feel a bit, I don't know, guilty, maybe a bit bad. Because, like, I recognize, like, that I definitely had feelings for this person and that they had feelings for me, but I never approached them in any sort of romantic capacity. We were very, very, very good friends, like, platonically. But, like, I did fall in love with this person, but also I never approached them about it because I, even now reflecting on it, and still unsure of, like, if it would have been, I don't know, not ethical, but, like, I didn't want them to feel like they were a rebound relationship, and I would never want somebody to feel like they're a rebound relationship because my first relationship was a rebound relationship, and it was rough. And I would never want to, like, inflict that onto anybody. And then yeah, the most recent one I married, so I think it turned out good in the end. One was with a girlfriend I had at 21, really loved her, but she cheated on me, so fuck her. And currently with my wife. Oh my goodness. At 21. You got with Raven after you were 21? Bro, I thought, like... First of all, I thought when I had met you that you were already with Raven. And also, I only thought that you were, like, 18 when I met you. Which could have been the case, and I just had no idea. I'm sorry that happened, Cokes. But also, congrats on getting an awesome wife. I'd say you really, really made out. 4K games, oh, okay, cool. I do not fall in love. It's a slow process. I am demisexual, so I have to take time to build up an emotional trust with someone before I feel anything. I have achieved romantic love twice. I think that fall in this case is just a shorthand of achieving or becoming in. I don't think that fall in love means necessarily love at first sight. I'm 20, 21 was when I met Raven? No shit. I forgot my train of thought, the Dunkin'. I got a different kind of drink today. I saw that I had a free iced coffee from Dunkin'. And I got almond milk with my good old blueberry, but it's a cold brew. Cold brew, almond milk, blueberry mocha, and it had cold foam. And it was really good, and it was free. Different types of love, though. The one at 21, we were best friends and had so much in common. Raven, currently, we are different in very many ways, so definitely more of an opposites attract love with her. Hell yeah. And that's one of the beautiful things about the emotion of love. Oh, I was back on AO saying, AO, first of all, you do not have to go into detail if you do not want to, but if you wouldn't mind, as best you can, explaining what demisexual is. I remember hearing Abby use that term, like, last week, but I do not know what it means. I only recently found out that I'm probably pansexual. Jedi punch me? Absolutely not. I love you, Moose. I would never punch somebody that I loved. Unless they, like, directly threaten somebody else that I love. Or, like, it's a fucking Nazi at, like, a pride rally or something. I'd punch a Nazi. Coke's got a sore throat and IRS trouble? Oh, no! Cokes, not the IRS. You don't want to mess with them. I'll put 4 times. I'd consider anything before I was, like, in high school, at least, until I had developed some sort of personal identity and emotional maturity. Not saying that I was fully emotionally mature, because I'm definitely not even that now. But, like, to the point where I understood more about myself and things like that. 4 people. And then in terms of crushes, I mean, like, I've had a crush on every anime or cartoon character I've ever seen, as well as a couple of humans. Like, both Keira Knightley and Orlando Bloom in the first Pirates movie. Holy fuck. Both at the same time, yes, please. Yeah, big group moaning, Ayo. Infinite Ain is infinite. Infinite is so infinite. Infinitely long, if you know what I mean. I like this question, though. Blink. Irvin R. Shyster, I can handle him. But can you handle... Is it IRS who's... Is he the father or godfather of the Rotundas? Is he a Rotunda, or is he a Rotunda-in-law? I don't remember. I know that he's, like, related to them in some way. IRS is Bray and Bo's dad? Okay, I wasn't sure if he was their dad or their godfather. And Wyndham is the uncle. Okay, cool. Nice. Now the hard part of this question. Name names, folks. Name names. No, don't name names. Allow people their privacy. All I can tell you is she was very, I think she secretly liked me. I didn't want to tell me, and it kind of hurt him, so I moved away. I'm sorry, Eagles. Wyndham isn't blood related, just the godfather. I mean, hey, it's got father in the name. Family is family. Vin Diesel don't care about if you got blood, you still family. Ain't nothing faster than family. This question, from the minute I saw it from Prince when he sent it to me, bam, is one that I have thought about for like 2 days now. What is the name of this chapter of your life, folks? If your life were a book, and whether or not you're at the start of a chapter, the end of a chapter, or right in the middle of a chapter, what is the name of this chapter of your life? I'd say every relationship I've been in, I've loved the person. Love has grown and changed over the years. Yeah, I would agree. 100%. 100%. That's why I think the love is a spectrum. Like, hold on. We're gonna take one of these bad boys, right? Fill. We're gonna try and gradient fill this. We'll see if it works. All right, we got one of these. Sure. Gradient overlay. Sure. So this is our oh fuck. Oh shit. I don't know what button I just pressed. Fuck. What did I do? I don't know what I did here, but I did something. Fuck me. My bars. I fucked this up in some way, and I don't know how. Can I control Z? Well, I don't know what I did. I'll figure it out later. Brush. Rasterize layer. Boom. we'll give it a stroke again, just so that we have that there. Control Z. Control Z only undoes what you do, like, in the document. If I were to, like, hit a hotkey that, like, gets rid of, like, some of my bars or something like that, Control Z doesn't fix that, unfortunately. And that's what happened. Some of my bars went away. I went into this funky, like, half full screen mode. And I don't know how or why, and I don't know what the fuck I pressed. Like, I fat-fingered a bunch of buttons by accident. And I tried to hit all the buttons that were around that. Oh, okay. It was the F key. I see. Nice. Yeah, so imagine, if you will, this gradient right here is any emotion you've ever felt. Whoa. Oh, I didn't know this was a thing. Well, that's very cool. But we're not quite gonna do that. Boom, there we go. Imagine this gradient is any emotion you've ever felt. And this is how I like to try and explain anything, both emotion, sexuality, personal identity, any other way. Like, you could feel, say right now we're talking about love, right? This is love that you're feeling. You could feel love for somebody here, but you could also feel love for somebody up here. And what you're both feeling is love. But there's the disconnect between what this person feels for love and what this person feels for love, because they're feeling two different ways. So this person will say, I'm in love because I feel this. And this person will say, I'm in love because I feel this. And then it is not uncommon for these two people to be like, no, you're not, or that's not what love is, because I know I'm in love and I feel this way, and you're feeling a way that is different, maybe even opposite to what I'm feeling. And this is why that gradient is so important. Because this can go for anything you're feeling, be it your emotions, your sexuality, your beliefs on something. Figuring out family, not only are we trying to figure out ourselves, not only are we trying to figure ourselves out as a family, we are trying to evaluate current relationships with our family and seeing if they are what we believe them to be. When you need help, you see who's there for you when it's inconvenient versus when they just feel like it. Yes, that's a very important thing. I'm trying to organize my thoughts because I have a lot of thoughts on this. Oh, and I guess we're still on the love question, yeah. But this is where empathy comes in. When you've got people in two different places, but in the same area. We need to bridge the gap of understanding here. Help people understand, because so many people want to do this, right? They see this emotion as not this. They view the emotions or sexuality or identity as something more akin to this. Every slight little difference in the gradient is something entirely different. Because this color is not the same as this color, and this color is not the same as this color, and so on all the way down. Even if most people can't see the difference between this color, and this color, that doesn't mean that the people that exist here feel like, or in any way should be forced into, a label that's all the way over here when they're right here. Or similarly over here. Like, as somebody who is bisexual, right? Something that is very prevalent in, well, less so now, but historically has been very prevalent in both, like, the talk of, like, the LGBTQIA community, or historically with, like, queerness in general, is, like, let's say this is bisexuality. This is a very good image for bisexuality, right? Bisexuality is such an extreme gradient. Because somebody can be over here and be like, hey, I like mostly guys, mostly people who identify as male or have like traditionally male parts. I'm gonna go right here, but I am in no way against a relationship or relations with a woman or somebody of the same gender or sex or whatever. Like mostly guys, but some women, okay. And then over here, the opposite. Mostly women, but some guys, okay. And then there's people that are in like here, they're like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you are human, I will get down and dirty, either romantically, physically, or anywhere in between, right? So much of the mainstream would view this right here, only this part, as bisexual. Anything to the left or right of that is you are straight or like closeted gay in some way. It's like, oh, like you're a bisexual guy who's in a hetero relationship. Actually, you're just hetero and appropriating the culture. And it's like that's not true. Like, just because I prefer a certain thing, like the people over here that are like only into women but can be into men, or like whatever the equivalent gender is in here, can be like, hey, like I prefer this, but this is totally okay too. Like there's nothing stopping me from getting with the right person, right? Like that's totally okay. Like just because there is more preference the farther you get to one side or the other does not disqualify you from being bisexual. You could be like 90% love like a feminine style of person, or 90% love a masculine style of person, but you still got that 10% that likes the other style and will do whatever with the other style. Even if it's 90-10, 80-20, it doesn't matter the percentage. If you're there, if you're in this gradient, you're in this gradient. Now, I've only recently found out about pan and demisexual, so I don't know how this gradient changes in my own mind's eye, adding those in there, if it even needs to at all. But that is another thing. I feel like it can also be somewhat problematic using this understanding that I have of it, because let's say that a demisexual or bisexual, demisexual, pansexual, all the different like I'll be with anybody kind of things. Like if it ends up being that you're just cordoning off these parts, right? So that it's like, oh, out this way is bisexual, but in here is pan, and then over here is demi, and out this way is bi again. That just seems needlessly complicated. I'd say this part of my life is called the ascension. Ooh. Because I feel it's about the climb to who I want to be. I've become such a different person in the last few years. I'm excited to see who I become. The person I thought I'd be at this point in life is so different from who I am right now, and I'm excited to see what the rest of life brings me. In terms of, man, the name there, great name, but also just that chapter, Prince, I feel like we're in the exact same chapter, homie. This is exactly how I feel. Who I am today is an unimaginably different person than who I was 10, 20 years ago. Both times, like 10 years ago, wildly different, 20 years ago, wildly different. And part of that, this is something I've talked about in therapy, and a little bit of a small trigger warning here for self-harm and suicidal ideation, as I am somebody who has struggled with that for most of my life. And we talk about it in therapy a lot, just to do like the old vibe check, be like, hey, any thoughts of self-harm and stuff like that each week. But for most of my life, I did not believe inside of me that I would make it to as old as I am right now. I'm living in a time period that I did not know existed. So the fact that I am here has me excited to see where I can go. Like, I had so many expectations of how my life would go, and not in the sort of almost external influence grandiose, like, ooh, I'm gonna be a millionaire, like CEO or whatever, I'm gonna invent something. Like, I thought that I would be dead, and also, like, basically homeless at this point, or like leading up to this point. And that didn't happen. So now that I am here, that's exactly how I feel, Prince. I'm such a different person. I have literally like digivolved to my ultimate level. I had so many different beliefs that I had when I was like an adolescent, a teenager, and so on. Then I got to college and my worldview changed even more. And then it continued through like the people I met and the experiences I had and the things that I just ingested from the world around me continued to grow and evolve me as a person to the point where like past me would not at all be comfortable with current me. And I mean, that's fair because current me would not at all be comfortable with past me. And yeah, I'm very excited. I don't know, I don't know the word I'm looking for, because like it's fulfilling and heartwarming all at the same time to be like, I'm at a place I didn't know existed, and because I'm here, previously where it felt like there were no possibilities, it feels now like there's endless possibilities. Or even if not endless possibilities, just a number of things I know I can achieve. It's just a matter of time, and the fact that it is just a matter of time and that I can is such a different mindset from it's not an option. So yeah, I don't know about, like for me, I wouldn't call it the ascension, maybe like the rebirth, honestly, or something akin to that, like the refresh, or where you're some new game plus, basically. That's what I would call it, new game plus. We're starting over, but with the knowledge that we had from the first playthrough, basically. I'm gonna write that in. I like that. New game plus. From the time I was like 11, the only thing I wanted to be was a great father, then husbando. So lately, I've been trying to do things to help me secure that goal. You're not an everyday prince? Is that what that means? Looking back at who I was, and it's honestly amazing seeing who I was and what my mentality was and what it is now. Same. Very big same. The soft reset? No, because it's honestly a lot more like a hard reset. Like I didn't die, obviously, but there was like a sort of ego death. I would say starting with like my overdose in college that almost killed me. That was such a close enough experience that it wasn't one of those things where it like dramatically changed my life in the way that I thought, in the sense of like my worldview, but it did change like my psyche for the worse. And the past 10 years I've spent recovering from that and learning about myself and learning about people in the world and how to be a better person to the people around me. So it feels like it was a hard reset. It was like, hey, the first game, that's over. We're shutting off the console and then we're turning it back on again and we're gonna see where you go from here. Like you're starting back at level 1, but you still have that knowledge from before. I have no idea what to do with it because I didn't think I'd be around this long. And that's the beautiful thing though. And I definitely understand being stressed about not knowing what to do with it because I really don't know what to do with it. But I'm trying to I'm making the conscious effort to make streaming my purpose, which is something I've been talking about in therapy as well. And I've never really been somebody that cared about like that, like what is my reason or purpose for existing or something like that. It was never a thought process or ideal that appealed to me, and it still kind of isn't, but for the mental health exercise of trying to make something your purpose has been very beneficial for me, because I can now put a lot of my anxiety and like self-harm ideations and stuff like that off of me and onto this perceived purpose. So while I'm not a very spiritual person and don't necessarily believe in a lot of spiritual stuff, I can be like, hey, this is what we've decided in therapy. This stream, this community is my purpose. And I am training myself to like both like internalize that and use it as a coping mechanism. So, hey, I'm feeling particularly self-harmy any particular day. I can take it off of me and it being a problem with me, or like something I need to do to myself or punish myself for, and flip it from the perspective of the life purpose, which is the stream. And it's like, hey, this is not something I should do right now while I'm alone and in like a really dark place. It's something that I should wait until like today, a Mental Health Monday, or just when I go live next, or post to the mental health channel in Discord, both like as like an example setting thing to be like, hey, like I'm the person that is like saying we should do this stuff in the community. Let me set the example. I'm having a hard time. Let me post or go live. But also in that it completely like removes me more or less from the equation of the self-harm, or a lot of these kinds of thoughts. Like I want to die because of this, or I can't do this because of that. And it's like, well, I could self-harm, which in the moment would probably satisfy whatever emotion is causing this response right now. Or I could wait for the stream. And talking about it, plus not doing it, for me at least, is very, very powerful in fighting those negative self-thoughts. And ultimately prevents me from acting on self-harm thoughts or any of those other similar thoughts. So that's something, like, it's taken years that we've working on this, and that's another illustration of like how like not overnight therapy is. But of the weird things that like you don't attribute as part of yourself or your personality that you can do to achieve a desired outcome in your life. So again, I'm not a spiritual person. I don't believe necessarily that anybody is born into this world with any sort of inherent purpose or anything like that, but I am, for lack of a better term, artificially creating in like my psyche the idea that streaming and being this platform where people can come and feel safe and talk about their problems is my purpose. I am doing something that nobody else does or can do, whether or not that's true. I have to internalize that, hey, I am doing this thing, I am providing a safe space, I am helping people in a way that other people aren't. And that is like doing a good job of putting the carrot in front of like the horse or whatever to pull it along. And while like with everything in therapy, your mileage may vary, but that is something to consider. If you're in, or ever find yourself in the similar headspace of having time that you never thought that you would have, you can fill that time with inventing a purpose for yourself. You're like, hey, I'm here. I didn't think I'd ever be here. And like, I'm frightened and overwhelmed by the amount of possibility. Just make one that you think is cool. And obviously it's not just make one. It's a long, arduous process of figuring out what you could make. But once you have it, that fear will melt away. That fear of possibility and overwhelmingness. It'll melt away like fucking a raccoon taking some cotton candy and putting it in a little food bowl to wash it, and then watching it dissolve. I reset spiritually and mentally? Hell yeah, Eagles. You got a sequel to the original game, but the devs are different? It really feels like that a lot of the time. Walking Dogs also life chapter title, Borrowed Time? Nah, you've earned your time, AO. I don't think about self-harm as much as I did. There's still thoughts of it sometimes, but I mostly try to write it, so I just don't think about it. Think of it this way, your views and life experiences and the things you like and even dislike can help you relate to someone else in a way that genuinely no one else can.
I
Because
believe
no
in
one else
Lementi.
experienced everything in the way that you have. Yeah, that is one of my core beliefs, Prince. That's like why I find doing this stream so easy. Is because to me, it's very, very easy to both relate to people and listen to them, care for them. Lementi, thank you so much. 14-month streak from Lamenticus Freshicus, who believes in Joe Hendry, clap clap, who is also putting Joe Hendry's entrance theme as his ringtone, which he will never hear. I always say it as, there's no one else on the planet that has the same experience I have. Maybe I can be the light at the end of the tunnel for someone else. Yeah, that's actually, like, that's a very core theme. It's gonna sound really funny or, like, cringe or something, but that's a core theme of Final Fantasy XIV. And part of the reason that I am so enamored with the storytelling in Final Fantasy XIV, because it lines up so much with what I believe. I want to see if I can find the exact quote that I'm thinking of. All right, two of them. So I've kind of like bastardized these two quotes into one over time because like I think about them so much, they've kind of like merged into one, but there's two separate quotes from Final Fantasy XIV that I really live by. Look to those who walked before to lead those who walk after. And as like a follow-up to that one, there's for those we have lost, and for those we can yet save. And I've kind of put those two together internally in my head, is that we walk the path for those we have lost, and for those we can yet save, those who come after us. Those of us that are further down on the path have the responsibility to make sure that the path is clear for the people that are walking it behind us, which is a really, really difficult thing for some reason for people to comprehend. It's like, hey, I've walked this path and there was a pothole there and I tripped on the pothole. And since I learned a lesson from tripping in that pothole, everybody should have to learn the lesson from tripping in that pothole. And I don't fucking believe that. I believe that, hey, I walked down the street, I tripped in this pothole. I'm going to let people know that, hey, potholes can happen further down the road, but I am going to, I'm gonna either fill this pothole or put like a fucking board over it or something so you don't fall in it. Like, I definitely believe in, like, learning from experience. Like, you can tell a kid 100 times to not touch a hot stove, but it's not really going to sink in until they touch a hot stove. But that philosophy doesn't work for everything, and it shouldn't work for everything, especially regarding trauma. Like, some things, yeah. Some things, like, you're not going to be able to get through to somebody until they learn from experience, but not everything is something that we should force onto people as an experience so that they learn some sort of arbitrary lesson from it. Like, we can know, as the people who have walked down the path, hey, there's a pothole under that board. I covered it up so you don't gotta walk on it. And we can hope that they will not walk on the pothole. Like, the board is there, we've added a layer of protection. If they move the board and they want to check out the pothole, if they fall in, I mean, gee willikers, Batman, they fell in, we told them not to. It's not up to us after that to make sure they don't do dumb stuff. But it is up to us to put the board down. If you lift the board and get back in your car, that's on you, exactly. But it doesn't take any effort or it shouldn't take any effort, or it shouldn't be perceived as a huge effort to clear the path for the people that are coming behind you. If we fix the path, then that means more people are going to get where we are. And there's definitely like a subsect of people that think being farther along on the path is like a privilege or some sort of like badge of honor that like you have to earn being that far along on the path. And I don't. I think if you're born on the path, you are entitled to seeing the path to the end. You don't have to earn your way to the end of the path that you're born on because you didn't ask to be put on the fucking path. So you should be allowed to make it to the path with the best of everybody's ability to help you get to the end of that path, especially if you're already farther along it than anybody else. And welcome back, Ayo. Also, I'm gonna clip that. That's a YouTuber right there. We don't have enough mental health clips on YouTube. I'll fucking clip that shit and I'll put it on there and be like, motherfuckers, be better to yourself. Thoughtful bored gorilla. Wow, way to call me out. Holy shit, I'm a thoughtful bored gorilla. Thanks, Twitch. My goodness. Ayo, I had said before you left, I don't know if you heard it or not, but this is kind of what that last line was going into. You're not on borrowed time, my friend. Your time is not borrowed. You're not taking that time from anybody. The time you have is the time you have. You are allowed the time you have. What's the URLs to your YouTubes? Let me pull it up. We have the VODs channel, but that's not where the shorts go. This is where the VODs are stored. Is it VOD? Ah, okay, cool. Oh, we do have YouTube. Oh shit, thank you. Thank you both. We got YouTube and VOD, 2 different channels. Also, speaking of which, I have an update to an announcement from a couple of weeks ago. I had said that when eventually we debut the full like live 2D VTuber model, that we were gonna do a rebrand from Cookie Jedi to Cookie VA to both avoid like any sort of future Disney whatchamacallits or complications from having Jedi in the name, plus to kind of like more facilitate a supplementary career in voice acting. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna stay with our name. I've been thinking about this a lot. I've been doing a lot of like research on my own time, and I have come to the conclusion both that plenty of people have like way bigger people than me with way bigger followings and making much more money have Disney related whatever as part of their name and branding, and they have not encountered any problems whatsoever with it. Also, logistically, rebranding's a lot of work. Turns out it's a lot of work. My previous, like the email associated with this account is used for everything. And it would be weird to change that for absolutely everything. Also, identifiability. Plenty of people either refer to me as Cookie, but also, or as Jedi when I'm in somebody's community. And also many of our things already have the Jedi branding on there. And it's literally been my name since I was like 10 years old. So I was, me, I want you to be happy. Also me, don't do it, man. Well, also feel free, Lamenti, to, and this goes for anybody, but if you have any sort of concerns, I am always open to concerns, constructive criticisms. Like if I come up with an idea and any of you think that's probably a shitty idea, feel free to say so. Like I'm not gonna take it personally. I'm learning out here just as much as you all are, right? I don't know what I'm doing. Like I get an idea in my head, I'm like, that seems good. But if somebody else is like, well, it would probably be bad because of this, like don't be afraid to say that. Also, Jedi is a religion. It's literally a religion, yeah. Eric, 19 months. Holy fucking shit. Thank you so much, homie. How are you doing, you beautiful biscuit? Happy Mental Health Monday. Eric, we are doing... PJ, also good morning. Good morning to you beautiful faces of skin.
Looking
How do you know
great.
this is skin? This could be like, coffee. Solidified coffee. We're doing Mental Health Monday, my friends. We've had 2 questions so far. We have not gotten to the third one yet, but then we got into the talk of the spectrum of identity, sexuality, emotion, etc. So to get back to that really quick, just to give an idea of what we were talking about. TLDR, how many times have you been in love in your life? You can interpret fallen in love in whatever way you want. There is no correct way to interpret this, but how many times is this? How many times would any of you say you've fallen in love? For me, the answer is probably 4. Solid 4. I know for a fact 4. And then what is the name of this chapter of your life? Mine is New Game. Wow, I cannot. Mouse, please. Game Plus. Took the day off for mental health and physical health. Both, hell yeah, good job on like feeling comfortable enough to take that day off for the self-health. But also, I'm sorry that you're not feeling that well today, Eric. Is it anything you want to talk about? Prince, thank you for pinning that, baby. Probably been in love about 5 times? Hell yeah. I don't talk about it much. I've attempted 6 times. 1 left me in a coma for 5 days. I should have died from an OD. I don't see borrowed time as a bad thing, more that this is the dealer's money, as it were. The goal is to experience as many things and make as many things as I can. Well, it's not really dealer's money, because in this case, you're the dealer, bud. Like, as somebody who has also attempted a number of times, no, it's your time. Your time to do it. Like, you, if we're going with the dealer thing, you gambled, right? You went all in on 6 different occasions, and you still won, buddy. You didn't lose any time. Like, okay, you could interpret it as you lost 5 days because you were in a coma for 5 days, right? But it's either all or nothing when you're betting. And the fact that you didn't lose it all means that you didn't lose any of it except for the time you spent in the hospital. Like, you don't owe anybody 5 days, buddy. You're doing okay, Ayo. You're doing a good job. Dale, good morning. Just finished making a teaser for your guy in LPW. Hope it makes you proud. Oh, do you got like a YouTube, Dale? Where can I see this at? Is this in your Discord? The LPW Discord? Too many times? 7. Not all reciprocated. Chapter, work in progress, or road to happiness. I'm doing all right. Nothing specific on the mind. Side note, I got a mosquito bite on the bottom of my foot. Oh, no. Oh, tonight the pay-per-view, PLE? I don't know, our locked-in event. Hell yeah. What time is that, Dale? $7:30 p.m. Eastern. I'm making a post right now on my Discord. LPW is having their locked in bold PLE tonight over at twitch.tv/Dale Gacy 23 at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. Go show the homies some love. Boom. I've posted. I'll be there, baby. All right, let me scroll up. Morning pajama man. Monday substance car. Okay, nope, we posted that. Let's see here. Okay, Ayo, Reborn Wayne, just finished teaser. Glad you're still with us, homie. Me too. I'm very glad you're still with us, AO. Deathblade, good morning. How are you doing? Welcome into Mental Health Monday. We got the cards up. We do it every Monday. If you want to answer any of these questions, feel free. Go into as much or as little detail as you are comfortable with, but there is no pressure or obligation to participate if you don't want to. Also, when I first started reading that message, Eric, you got a side note, you got a mosquito bite on the bottom of your foot. That is not where I thought you were going to say you got a mosquito bite. I've attempted twice and self-harmed too many times to keep track of. I've been clean for a while now. I'm not sure how many months. I find that keeping track hurts more than it helps. I agree. Keeping track for me also hurts way more than it helps. But I don't like calling it clean. It's not like you're addicted to meth or anything, Bunny. Like, you've kept yourself safer for a while now. You've practiced self-love for a while now, but it's not clean. It's not dirty to self-harm. Because that's stigmatizing the mental health more. You're not dirty for having mental illness or struggling with mental health problems. You are still a human like each and every one of us, deserving of love and kindness. I'm glad I pulled out of it. I was 19, so I'd have never met all you fantastic folks. I don't know the exact number of times. I know of at least 2 times where I have attempted. A third time that's really powerful to me was the time when I was about to attempt. And this was like right senior year of high school. A friend of mine who was an upperclassman had already graduated. It was on a weekend close to the summer, and I've talked about this a couple of times before, but he had called me up. I had just gotten my phone. I had a fucking like an OG original Samsung Galaxy, I think. Senior year of high school was my first phone. And he had called me asking if I wanted to go to Foxwoods to the arcade to play DDR. And, like, he did not know at the time, but I was, like, mid-self-harm. And that, like, completely turned around the whole situation. And I didn't let him know that that was going on, but it really, really helped. Like, just out of nowhere, he called me and he's like, yo, you want to go play DDR? And I was like, yes, I do. And I was, like, alone, literally, like, in the woods. So it would not have been a fun time if he didn't call me. Then they attacked me, they swarmed me and took on my legs. It was like bullying? No! QLG, good morning, how are you? I thankfully have not encountered a single mosquito this year, but that's also because I haven't touched grass yet this year. For the third card, I never got to apologize for dogging you all that time. And Bush Sarmini Wrestling, oh my god. I've repaid the favor in EPW and LPW. I think, yeah, Prince's debut beat you twice in front of everybody for the millions and millions of the Wolves fans. That's sweet of you. I appreciate that, but it's also true. I'm not trying to blow smoke, fam. Like, #1 priority of this community is destigmatization. And a stigma, like, is oftentimes a very deeply rooted thing. Like, you just said that you've been clean for however much time, right? And I'm assuming that when you said that, you weren't thinking of the wording there, right? You're like, oh, hey, like, this is what people say, like, I've been sober, I've been clean, whatever, I haven't had a relapse, etc. in so long. But we're associating now mental health with a drug problem, and addiction is its own kind of mental health, sure, and neither one of them should be stigmatized. But you're putting an extreme stigmatism on something subconsciously. And we want to make the conscious effort around here to be like, hey, this subconscious thing you're doing is actually harmful to you and other people. You're a good person. You don't gotta stigmatize yourself that much. Exactly. And this isn't to like call you out or anything. It's to call out the thought processes that we have ingrained within ourselves. And that could be anything, like growing up, for example, and especially before like the South Park episode calling something gay or whatever came out about the bikers. Like, it was a very it's still like it's less common now, but people use calling something gay as a derogatory insult. They're like, oh, hey, this fucking dude, like, he's camping, that's so gay. And it's like, why are we using gay derogatorily here? And this oftentimes, like, comes from younger people who aren't understanding that what they're saying is like derogatory. They just be like, hey, I've heard gay, it's bad. This person doing this thing is bad, let's call it gay. And that's not okay. And it's those kinds of things where people don't think about it. It's just ingrained into the psyche as part of like the lexicon or like the verbiage and stuff like that, that we want to kind of break down a little bit. Probably say 6 times. I thought about it. I don't know why I was going to do, but the thick of the moment, it was going to be quick and painless. Backed out last second because I thought about my family. My family's usually what got me to do it in the first place. But I'm glad that was able to help you. Sorry, I just, for me, that's one of the things I have to laugh about. Be like, man, if I'm in that moment, I think about my family, I'm gonna do it quicker. Yeah, the first time for me, I was 10 years old, and it was when my brother died. That was a really rough time. Ooh. It did send on here, Dale. I'm gonna press play, but also mute, because I don't want to spoil anything, but I do want to see it. I'm watching a video that none of you can see right now. You're gonna have to tune in to LPW tonight at 7:30 for their premium live event. I didn't get to hear it again, but what? This is the best vignette. Oh my god. Knocked it out of the park. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Oh my goodness. Will there be spam tonight? Spam and eggs, baby. Ooh, also, quick tangent, because I just checked my DMs. I had a couple of them waiting for me. Something I want to do. It's something that Dale already does, actually. Cygnus does it. I don't know if Shadow does it. He's got the trophy check-in. I don't know if that counts as a currency. Cookie Hannah does it. A number of people have their own, like, custom currency that you get through channel point redeems and stuff like that. And at some point in the relative near future, we're going to be implementing that. And the first big implementation, like, or currency redeem, is going to be the strap card. We're going to change, at some point post-affiliation, how the strap card works. And this is to allow people to simultaneously get upgrade points and not have to worry about whether or not they sacrifice upgrade points for the strap card. So there'll be a redeem that's like, hey, you get 10 like fucking chocolate chips or something like that, right? And you can use that redeem once a day. And then at 100 chocolate chips, you can cash in 100 chocolate chips for a strap card or a whatever. Call them crumbs, and when they cash it in, it's a cookie. I am not going to do that because Cookie Hannah does exactly that. And I don't want to wholesale lift the idea off of her, like, a concept for concept. Like, her channel points are cookie crumbs, while ours are cookies. So I figured we could name them something similar, but slightly different, like chocolate chips or whatever. We've been beaten to the punch by a member of the Cookie fam already. Cookie versus Cookie Hannah. Who will cookie the most cookie? Oh, that's a good question. Probably her, realistically. She's very good people, though. We've rated in there a couple of times. Go check if you're into either and or VTubers or art or Final Fantasy players. Go check out Cookie Hannah. Very, very awesome person. Wonderful community over there. Has an absolutely poppin' Discord, too. Or thighs? Yeah, 3.0 Hannah's thighs. Holy cow. They say that thick thighs save lives. Like, that's a goddamn miracle right there, what she's packing, how many lives it saved. Oh, Talthar, by the way. We got a new emote, everybody. Brand new animated emote. Cookie taking notes, baby! We got our own notes emote. Copium's actually been here for a bit. We got Copium the same time we got the Cry and the Comfy. Big same, Talthar, big same. I went to bed Saturday night. It was either Saturday night or Friday night. I went to bed and woke up the next morning, and Cammy had stayed up until like 2 in the morning. And in my Discord inbox, when I woke up, was that emote, and I was like, what the fuck? So she had busted that one out. I was like, well, shit. I need to have a no emote always. When I didn't, I feel like I was a fraud. It's such a good emote. Should get Deku mumbling when that gets used? No. Funny, but man, that would wear on me quite. All right, question 3. What's an apology? We're gonna go. Oh, question. The thing I sent you yesterday can be my new emote, either at or after affiliation. Maybe a new thing you sent me yesterday. Ba, 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 ba. Ooh. I'll see what I can do. Lamenti sent me like the transparent version of that for like print or t-shirt. The thing with Twitch emotes is that they have to be perfectly square, and this is a rectangle. Maybe the other one, well, we'll figure this out post-affiliation, but yes, I like that. Oh, for real? Yeah, it's annoying. There's not really a size limit. I think the size limit is like 3096 by 3096, but it has to be the exact same. Like you cannot have a single pixel off. But also the maximum file size is 1 fucking megabyte. And like, it's really hard to get a PNG down to a megabyte. They're very like high fidelity images, even at smaller resolutions. I thought that was just the spinal compression for all those stabilizers. Oh my goodness. Brutal. Oh yeah, question. When you draw a star, folks, when you draw a star, hold on, let me, oh wait, we got concept. Hold on, concept art really quick. Jazzy, I don't think you've picked the body part yet. Jazzy, pick a body part. You can use the Twitch Resizer website that I always link you. It does all the work for you. That's fair. All right, which forearm, left or right? We'll include the wrist in it because the forearm is just gonna be a bare forearm. Right? Okay, that's this one. Yoink. Yoink. But we won't include the bracelet. Behold, the right forearm. Let me zoom in more individually on these so I can see what you can see. Right forearm number 1. And right forearm number 2. The forearm has me? Bro,
looking to upgrade.
Same. Like, real talk, though? Like, the black say this is like a skin tight black like turtleneck or something like that. You just got the forearm, the wrist, and like black gloves. This is hot. This is hot. Hell yeah. All right, final question before we move on to football today, because it is Monday. We got NCAA to do. What is an apology that you never got to give? Also, how do you draw your stars? I draw my star right, left, right, up, down, right. But I start from the right and go. Bah, 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 bah. How do you draw your stars as you answer this question? Did you see the end of NXT, Cokes, after the last match? Nope. I'm also not Cokes. Women's Money in the Bank was brutal? Brutally good or brutally bad? Like brutal like they beat the shit out of each other, or brutal as in a lot of botches and it was tough to watch? When can we start slapping spoilers? Now? It's Monday. The weekend is over. Brutally good? Hell yeah, I love to hear it. After the last NXT match ended, they flashed a white screen and it was Joe Hendry's face. That's great. Oh my god, I love that. Get Joe Hendry to come on the show. Give a talk, be like, Joe Hendry, this is gonna be a weird one. We're not a traditional interview place. We just want to hear you talk about how prestigious you are. You can say anything you want. We just want to bask in the greatness, the privilege of seeing the face of so prestigious Joe Hendry. I literally got so fucking excited. Hell yeah. Lament to you, fucking Mark. Let's go. I love that. An apology you never got to give for Lamenti, it's for his headset. We have a new NXT champion, do we now? Do I have water in this? A little bit, I do. And I can get excited when your phone rings? I mean, it doesn't matter what his ringtone is if he doesn't have the volume on, you know? It was like a Marvel movie after credits, Joe Hendry will return type shit. I love that. I'm not doing that. I don't need a ringtone. I don't ever have my phone audible. Same. Speaking of which, let me check the phone to make sure I'm not missing out on anything important. Hold on, a realtor texted me, trying to... I believe in Joe Hendry. Okay, sorry about that. Good text I help? Not good nor bad. Just some addresses to look over, check out. We had her get us in contact with one of her colleagues in a different state, because the state that we're looking at is not one that our current realtor is licensed in, so she's connecting us with one of her colleagues so that we can expand our search, just so that we could try and get something, anything. So she had gave us this person's contact information, and I was sending an introductory text. Looking at different states, looking at anything. One sec, folks. They got back to me like immediately, and I'm giving them the rundown. Morning, Clown! How are you doing? We're doing some Mental Health Monday right now. We had a quick detour because of house hunting stuff. But right now the question we are on, my friends, is what's an apology that you never got to give? Also, Clown, you are in Texas, correct? Please make sure you stay safe today. With that hurricane barreling through, I know that Texas is fucking the size of half the planet, so you could be in a region that like doesn't even know there's a hurricane going on. But if you're in the path of the hurricane, please stay safe today and keep us posted on what's going on for you, my friend. Okay, cool. All set, all set. Man, that was a very big adult thing. Okay. Join the Midwest crew? Hell no. Nope. I like living in New England. Go to New Hampshire, you'll be half an hour from me, and allegedly you can live free. The big part, like, we are looking for something, and, like, this is geographically vague enough that I can talk about it. Anything in New England on the corridor of a major highway, but also close enough to where we currently are that the commute to current employment is not more than an hour. So, like, living in New Hampshire would put the commute to a bit more than is feasible, especially since I'm the only one with a license and got to drive us both everywhere. Answers to the questions left or right 3 times. My I don't give a fuck era to my mom for not being there more. Those are all very good answers, Clown. Stop eating corn? I mean, yeah, corn not the best for us. There's high fructose corn syrup in everything. Okay, cool. A lot more questions answered than I was expecting, honestly. All right. Actually been going through and giving apologies because of this card. No shit, really. My mom was born in Indiana, and I've lived in Indiana, and Princess from Indiana, so do I get the honorary Indiana citizenship? Absolutely. I don't know why I'd want to claim Indiana, but I hereby grant you honorary citizenship. Hell yeah. Here's some corn. Hey, yo, quit eating all the damn corn. Born in Fort Wayne. Hell yeah. That's where Judge Sobane is from. Fort Wayne. You did great, thank you, Prince. You're still nice, our hidden little gems. Stop eating the corn and wheat. I can't, it's too good. Never get in the card, then. They're beaches in the fact that they are rock or sand. It's not the same as going to a beach on the coast. Yeah, rock and, like, coast beaches and, like, lake beaches and pond beaches and shit like that. Not the same. I've been to both. They're very different. A freshwater beach and a saltwater beach are very, very different. Come swim in the Atlantic, folks. It's fucking cold. Bonus, though, wait a month and it'll only be slightly fucking cold. It depends on where you go, because, like, in the middle of the summer, if you go down to, like, Mesquamaket Beach, if you go down to, like, Niantic or Mystic on the coast of Connecticut, somewhere in Rhode Island, like, right in, like, Long Island Sound or something like that, it can be pretty nice. It can be pretty nice. Mesquamaket was always my go-to as a kid. I go out more than 10 minutes from a wonder of the world. I think my beach is better. What is the wonder of the world? I love lakes. I also love lakes. I love, like, going out in a kayak with a fishing pole. like a couple cans of beer, maybe a packed bowl. That's, like, my perfect just way to spend a weekend day. Nice, nice. Cali, where the earthquakes and wildfires are a daily threat. Also, like, it's the highest cost of living in the whole country, I'm pretty sure. As nice as everything about California is, it's so expensive that I would never, ever, ever live there. My parents are on the right side of the fault. Like, if Cali breaks off into the ocean, everyone believes we get oceanfront property. That'd be cool. That would be cool, but that's also not quite how the California fault, like, it's gonna move. I think continental drift is 3 centimeters a year, I want to say. So it's gonna take a good number of years for that to happen. Cali equals people. I need space. I'll keep my third of a mile driveway and pond, thanks. My goodness. I'm 98% sure they are. Are they what? The Great Lakes, one of the world wonders. Oh, maybe natural wonder, yeah. Not man-made wonder. Natural wonder, certainly. So I fight so hard, them. They're just a little hole in the ground. They're made by the last receding glaciers in North America. Yeah. You can have that in Cali, too. It'll just cost you $1 million or $2 million. That's probably more than that. Quick soft reset, folks, because I gotta go pee. But I will answer this question once I get back. I'm sorry I had to talk with the fucking realtor so much. It do be like that. You gotta adult sometimes. Quick soft reset. Pee break. Okay. All right, what's an apology I never got to give? The short answer to that question is I have no idea. Partly because I'm somebody that apologizes incessantly all the time. And if there's somebody I haven't given an apology to, it's probably just because my ADHD got to me and I forgot or thought I did it already. Like, I don't have any major things in my life that I would apologize for, I don't think. The Great Lakes account for 85% of fresh water in the United States, and about 25% of it for the entire world. Oh my god. Sorry, y'all, if the F-bombs flow if I sit in traffic for too long. You're still in traffic, Cokes? We've been live for 2 hours. You've been here since we went live. Oh my god. Bro, you probably would have gotten to work faster if you walked. Oh, you're in office. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, this is a tough question for me. I don't have anything off the top of my head, I'm not gonna lie. Like, the closest things I could think of would relate to this over here. Like, I would want to apologize to one of these 4 people for not being able to express my feelings to them, even though I felt them. Because of, like, the fear of hurting them and them thinking that it was a rebound relationship or anything like that and me not giving it a chance. That's one apology I would make that I don't think I've ever made, that I would like to. Be like, hey, like, this was 20 years ago now, but this happened, and I am sorry that that happened like that. I don't even know if you remember or care, which is why, like, I'm not sure I would make this apology as an adult now because it was so long ago. And then probably to, like, my ex for how, like, shittily, I think, in retrospect, I handled, like, the breakup. At the time, though, like, I was very just whatever about it. And they got a lot of flack from both their friends and mine about the whole thing because, it ended very shittily. If you haven't heard this story before, my first ex broke up with me by leaving me at senior prom by myself when they were my ride home. Like, there was, like, a dance that happened, and after the dance, and mind you, like, I had asked this person to dance multiple times that night, and they said no, so I just went out and danced by myself. And then when I got back, from the dance floor to where we were sitting, she and her best friend were gone, and I asked people, hey, have you seen them? And they were like, oh, they left. And I was like, what? And then I got home, and on Facebook, they had set their relationship status to single, and I was like, well, and then other people that were not me dogpiled on the situation, because this was all public on Facebook. And my response to it was, well, this is public on Facebook. I'm not gonna tell these people, like, what to do. Like, you posted it publicly on Facebook. I had nothing to do with it. Like, if they're gonna, like, give you shit, that's not my problem to stop. But in retrospect, I feel like I probably should have been like, hey, don't give this person shit. But also, I had the emotional maturity of a 15-year-old, so... that's another apology I would give. But those are, like, the only two that I can think of. Because, again, I'm a people pleaser, and I apologize constantly. I'm always apologizing. So I feel like I've apologized for everything I could possibly apologize for. We have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath on almost 2 acres for less than half. With a pond and really only 2 neighbors we ever talk to, but what people look for in a living space isn't always the same. Some folks crave a bustling city. I crave what you have, AO. The only problem is that in New England, that house that you are describing is like $500,000 or more, depending on where it is. But the entry point is like $500K for 2 acres, a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. I'm assuming you got like 1,200 square feet. If you got a basement, it adds more. If you got a second floor, it adds more. Dude, practically the same. My girlfriend and later first wife, because apparently I don't see red flags, left me at homecoming to cheat on me with another guy. Jesus Christ. As I was walking home alone, I had a gun put in my face by the local drug dealer that was methed out of his mind. Oh my God, Jazzy. I'm so sorry. That is terrifying. Talk about a double whammy of a shitty night. Right now, I think a lot of mine that are coming to mind now are just things to exes or people I just don't have access to contact. But it's also like, in the moment, it was just life, but hindsight is 2020. And I just don't want certain things I've absentmindedly said while hurt or angry. That's good, and it's very introspective. Something else, though, Prince, to keep in mind is that there's people out there that we are the villain of their story. And as shitty for us as that may be, there's not a whole lot we can do to change that. Sometimes we are the bad guy to people. And regardless of whether or not we think we are the bad guy or are deserving of being the bad guy, that's just the way it is, and it's not up to us to change their mind. It's up to us to make sure that we're not the bad guy in other people's lives. My girlfriend dumped me because her friend sending me a pic of her getting double teamed by some firefighters was super cool. That's... Jesus. Why do people do that? Like, why can't you just send, like, I don't know if mature is the right word, but just a decent human text, be like, hey, like, it's not working out, let's break up. You don't gotta break up with somebody by showing you fucking somebody else. That's not cool for anybody. It's well known dinosaurs can't see color, though, is it? Bro, I struggle with that so much sometimes, trying not to be the bad guy. Same. Big same. But also, hey, sometimes we are. I can't always make everybody like us no matter what. Like, some people are just disinclined to certain personality types. I'm sure that there's people who think that, like, I'm some, like, full of shit, hot air, whatever, being on the internet talking about mental health. But I have the internal belief that hopefully I'm helping some people. So, to those people that I am a villain for, I mean, I'm the villain. It do be that way. They got the first part, you are. Right back at you, baby. Mwah. I've also adopted the thought of accepting the apology I'll never get as a way of healing from things people might not even known hurt me, or something that happened forever ago and they might not even remember it. I've never considered that, Prince. I like that. I can also see it being problematic in some cases, though. You gotta be very, what's the word? Not critical, I guess. You gotta have a very refined sense of, figuring out which of those people or apologies are worth accepting without getting them. Because for me, there's definitely some things that I know I'm probably never going to get an apology for, and I'm holding on to that. Like, I know that I'm not going to get an apology for this thing, and it's kind of like reinforcing my lack of wanting to have a relationship with somebody. Like, if ever, like, the thought of, like, the no contact philosophy starts to waver, it's like, hey, they still haven't apologized for this, this, or this, and they want me to accept the apology that they haven't given. And in times like that, it's important to be good to ourselves and not accept those people's apologies if they're just going to keep doing things that they aren't going to apologize for. I spend at least a quarter of my life apologizing for existing, and not to mention losing time and memories all the time for my BPD/CPTSD, so I'm not really sure what else to apologize for generally. Same, absolutely. Like, with CPTSD and also ADHD, remembering things to apologize for, which is why, like, I'm so upfront about apologizing immediately and having these big mental health talks immediately, which is something that frustrates my wife. Like, we will have mental health talks, and, like, I almost, like, have a need to get to, like, the deepest part of the mental health talk. Like, I need to know what's going on so that, like, we can work on it so that you're feeling less of this bad way or none of this bad way. And for people who are not like that, that's a very hard and stressful thing. So, like, if I do something that upsets somebody, I want to make it very, very clear that the intent was not to upset, and that, like, I am sorry. And if I don't, it's because I've forgotten. Like, the brain fuzzy, like the static, the fucking Etch sketch went like this, and everything I had written down on the Etch sketch in my brain was just gone. It's like, well, I mean, I'm not intentionally forgetting that I fucked you over in some way, but that is what happened, and I'm sorry for that too. Not to say that I wouldn't apologize for something I've said or done if it was brought up to me, but I think I've apologized for anything so I can actually be conscious. Yeah, exactly, 100%. I can't fix something that I don't know is broken. Exactly, yeah. This is something that I'm working on in therapy also, though, is especially for me, who has, like, who has grown up and is very much, like, an abuse survivor, and when I see certain behavior from anybody, it, like, triggers the alarm bells. So, like, if my wife is having a bad time, she prefers to self-isolate and allow herself to process and then talk about stuff. But for me, I process by talking about stuff. And she, and this is something that I'm working on in therapy again, when she is, like, expressing her things that are bothering her, she's not looking for a fix. She's looking to vent and just, like, fucking throw up all this nasty shit out of her body. And with my personality type, whenever somebody is telling me that something is wrong, I'm like, we gotta fix this, because it's my responsibility to make sure that, like, you are not feeling this bad way. And that's obviously somewhat problematic and frustrating for the people when they are approaching you being like, hey, I'm gonna vent, and you're like, all right, let's fix this. And it's like, okay, you did this, why not do this? And then it gets them, like, self-critical of their own ways of handling it when all they want to do is an outlet. And I struggle very, very much with that. I'm always looking to fix any perceived problem that is presented to me in my relationship, and that is, I'm trying to work on, like, don't fix, just listen. And then if question asked, answer question. But I've gotten into the habit of, like, expressing now before those conversations start. It's like, hey, are you looking to vent or are you looking for a fix? And then from there, like, wrestle with all right, we're not fixing, we're listening. We're not fixing, we're listening. Do not fix. Give them the old, that's rough, buddy, but that's it. Etch-a-Sketch is a good way to explain it, because it's there and it's gone and there's literally nothing you can do about it. Exactly. And you can't, like, bring it back either. There's no undo button. Like, my grandmother, she just wasn't a good person and told me that I need to apologize to her for being upset and yelling at her because she told me not to eat food. that I didn't buy, then cooked and ate all the food I did buy when I was out for a weekend. Jesus. Said I still couldn't eat what she purchased and kicked me out. She wants an apology for what I said. I told her I'd like one for being abused and abandoned, and she refuses, so we don't have contact. I am so sorry, Prince. That's a rough situation, but I am also very proud of you for getting out of it. Those kinds of people are the worst. My grandmother was the one who abused me with cigarettes when I was young. My paternal grandmother. I lived with my maternal grandparents for a long time, but my entire father's side of the family was not too keen on me being born at all, and kind of took every opportunity that they could to remind me of it. Hell yeah. Not a hell yeah, but it's good to talk about this stuff, I think. I was talking to my therapist about this stuff the other day because I apologize for everything, things I say, how I act, coughing, etc. We talked about it in the origins or how shitty people treated me as a kid. I literally had friends every step of the way throughout my childhood, through high school, that were abusive pieces of shit. Sorry you had to experience that at all. I mean, that goes for all of you. But, like, for me personally, this is where that whole, like, for those we've lost and for those we can yet save, and, like, it's for those who have come before to make it safer for those who've come after, where they really meld, is because, like, for me, I have been through the bad thing, regardless of whatever the bad thing is, and I want to make sure that that bad thing does not happen to other people. And if it does, that they know that it is not their fault, and that they're good people. They are deserving of love and kindness. And this goes for all of you. You getting bullied, you getting abused is not indicative of your worth as a person. You are worth so much more than your negative experiences. I remember being devastated when those assholes stopped talking to me in junior high. Like, these people I wanted to be friends with and hung out with just stopped talking to me when I wasn't a cool preteen anymore. And I don't know why I cared so much. And so I found new assholes. That's a pretty, like, very common, experience. And there's a lot that goes into it. A bit above my, my education to, like, fully deep dive into that, but that is, something I both witnessed, experienced. I think a lot of people can relate to that. Teenagers are fucking assholes. By my senior year of high school, I had nobody because I just stopped talking to any of them. Well, now you got all of us, baby. Probably because I was sick of their shit. Good. Good. Well, you will always have a place here, my friend. No matter what, no matter how many days nor distance separate all of us, we are all homies here in the cookie jar. When I got to college and all my actual decent human friends used to get annoyed with how much I apologized to them, that's kind of like what I go through nowadays. And also in college. But that's also why, like, when we're playing Fortnite and stuff like that, Lamenti, and you apologize, and I'm like, you don't need to apologize, I'm not getting annoyed with you. I'm trying to help, like negative reinforcement on the part of your brain that's thinking you need to apologize. Like, hey, oh man, I'm sorry, like, I'm getting off on a tangent or whatever like that. Like, you don't need to apologize for that. You should and are allowed to feel the way that you feel. Talk about the things that you talk about. Sorry about my Fortnite skills, but you don't gotta apologize. We're friends playing a video game, having fun together. Like, if you go on a 2-hour-long tangent about this album or band you really like while we're playing Fortnite or just hanging out in chat or whatever, that's fine. That's totally fine. You're not annoying anybody. You're not bothering anybody. This goes for everybody here. Like, I love when people, like, hyperfixate info dump. That brings me so much joy. As somebody who hyperfixation info dumps all the time. I don't know, just me as a person that has parents that care, it's hard for me. Parents are literally mean to you. people I've talked to, because I don't understand how the family ability of hate you. I mean, yeah, same. That's a thought that a lot of us that go through familial abuse feel. It's like, we're family. How could you do this to me? Like, what the fuck? I have a question for the community as a fellow apologizer. Absolutely. Mine are worse. Stop apologizing. You're both equally bad at Fortnite, so it's fine. 2-hour-long tangents sound about right, but that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Like, I don't view it as a 2-hour-long tangent. I view it as we're just having a conversation. Like, we're hanging out, we're having fun, we're playing games. That's what friends do. You converse with each other while you're hanging. I'm not the best at, like, maintaining a conversation, but I'm good at, like, listening to you talk about the stuff that you're interested in. Like, I'll hit you with, like, a fucking pop culture reference or a hell yeah, because I don't know exactly what I'm expected to respond with at any given social situation, but I'm listening and I'm invested. Prince has actually done something for me that helps when I get into my apologies. He yells, "You don't need to apologize, but I forgive you," regardless of what it is. It helps me remember I don't need to apologize, but stops the doom spiral if I'll never be forgiven. That's really good. That's really good. Something that I've been trying to get my wife to do more is kind of along the same thing, but instead of apologizing, getting her into the mindset of saying thank you for understanding. Like, replace the apology with like thanking somebody. If you feel like you're doing something wrong, don't frame it as you are doing something wrong. Frame it as the other person is doing you a kindness. And thank them for that. Like, oh, I'm annoying you? Oh, thank you for understanding. Hey, I'm sorry for being late when you show up literally 30 seconds after, like, the time is supposed to arrive. Be like, hey, thanks for waiting, right? Thanks for listening. Thanks for understanding. Thanks for hearing me out. That can also do wonders for the psyche and the people-pleasing apologetic nature of things. My first girlfriend was my first love, and I felt really connected to her as a person. And we reconnected multiple times, like, after breaking up, and we still try to chat. She's going through a lot of mental health stuff and is bad at texting, chatting, hanging out due to it, so I occasionally send memes throughout the year, like once a quarter to check in. She keeps apologizing every time, like, sorry I'm not responding at all. She responds like once a year, and I keep telling her it's okay, it's just me, making sure she's okay around, etc. Any thoughts on how to, like, I don't know, help with the apologizing? I don't want to make her feel bad or obligated, you know? I mean, what I would do is, like, if it's possible, put aside the fact that you two had romantic relations, right? Don't look at this person as your ex. If you're checking in on them once a quarter, look at them as a friend, right? And obviously, like, you're doing that because you're texting them, but text them more, right? If they are apologizing so much, part of that is because, like, they probably have, like, some sort of, like you said, mental illness, ADHD, whatever it is. Text them more than once. It's okay to double and triple text people. Like, if you're checking up on once a quarter and then they apologize, they're probably feeling doubly bad because not only are you checking up on them once a quarter, they're forgetting to respond. So when it's been another quarter and they're like, oh fuck, it's been 4 months and I haven't messaged them back, I feel terrible. Yeah, I mean, explain that. Say that right there. Copy paste that, Eric. This isn't like this is like purely from a friendship. I care about this person as a person. Send them that. Be like, would you want me to text you more? Would you want me to text you less? What are you comfortable with? Anything that you're worried about, the best way to find the answer is ask directly. Especially if this is somebody that you're friends with. Be like, hey, so-and-so, like, just want to check in on you, see how you're doing. Please don't apologize for, like, anything. I just want to check in on you. Would you like it if I texted you more? Would you like it if I texted you less? I don't want to impose, but you are my friend, and I want to make sure you're okay. Last message. When you mentioned your family is like, why would they do that? You do that to your own. Like, I'm not trying to make your trouble more worse, but you get what I say. I mean, yeah, that's what I was saying. We are on the same page, Eagles. Like, this is also part of the reason why I'm not having kids, is because, like, I don't want to introduce some of my familial suffering to any of them. There's a whole bunch of reasons for our decision, but that's one of them, is, like, I am so terrified of being a bad parent because my parents were terrible parents. And as much as I would want to provide a good living space for any sort of child, I don't think I could. So, I'm not gonna. Or you'll ask me about Greek mythology, and I'll go into a long tangent about Greek Roman mythology. You were just setting me up with a fucking D's nuts joke. That's my favorite one to date. That literally the favorite, the hardest I've ever gotten somebody with a D's nuts joke. And it was with my favorite D's nuts joke, too. But it's okay, you got me with the Wendy's one, and Infinite got me with the CD's one. I don't know, because I'm still young. I don't know if I want to have kids yet, because my mental space is not perfect, and I don't want them to see me be sad a lot. I mean, it's okay if they see you be sad, though. Why don't you want them to see you be sad, Eagles? See, that right there, my friend, that's some toxic masculinity. There's nothing wrong with being sad in front of your children. Showing vulnerability instills in the young ones that it's okay to be vulnerable. Your parents aren't these, like, larger-than-life infallible creatures. They're human just like you. CD Keys, CD Lamb, or CD's nuts, yeah. Vulnerability builds empathy. Literally why we're playing this game right now. We're being vulnerable with each other. We can understand each other's plights, where we're all coming from. Help us understand each other more, love each other more. My daughters see me upset all the time, but I hope they see me deal with it in healthy ways too. Yeah, I'm sure they do. As they get older, if that's ever something you have anxiety about, Cokes, like, you're obviously the parents here, and you can decide on what age is the appropriate time to talk about this, but be open and honest with them about it. If you get angry or something like that, or like depressed or sad, you're crying, you have an outburst, whatever it is, whatever thing that traditionally somebody might feel shame for feeling in front of their kids, talk to them about it. Be like, once you're cooled down, be like, hey kiddos, like, you may have seen me today being this kind of way. I just want you to know that, like, it's not your fault. Like, that's just, I was feeling this way, but because I'm feeling this way doesn't mean you did anything wrong. You're doing a good job. Dad was just having a bad day or whatever it was, and explain to them how and why, and that it's okay to feel that way, both for them and for you. We start that right now? Let's go! Hell yeah. I think as you do realize the faults in your parents' parenting and take steps to correct that behavior, which you do, there's no doubt you would be a great parent. I appreciate that, Infinite. For us, if that day ever comes where we decide we want kids, it's gonna be through the adoption. Both because, like, I grew up experiencing what it was like to see Kara in the foster network, and also, like, with what I've learned since then, like, we would much prefer to adopt. We're gonna tell her not to feel upset. We have a cool down period, and I was so proud the other day when my oldest was like, Dada, I need to cool off. Hell yeah, that's awesome. That's really good. Something we do in our relationship, we actually lifted from How I Met Your Mother just directly. Lily and Marshall are like a couple that we feel have like a really healthy relationship. It's expressed in a good way. They have like realistic conflicts and like realistic reactions to those conflicts and realistic resolutions to those conflicts. And one of the things they developed in their relationship in the show How I Met Your Mother is pause. So if they're feeling like particularly heated, they're like, hey, hold on. Like, both of us or one of us is feeling really, really heated about this. We're gonna pause. We're gonna cool down a little bit, and then we'll come back to this conversation when we've cooling off. And then as we get heated, we're gonna pause. It's not that we can't feel our emotions and stuff like that. It's that, like, we don't want to say anything from a place of anger or from a place of negative passion to the other one that we don't mean, that's just coming from a place of extreme emotion. So you go cool off, rethink what's going on, come back, talk about it later. I'm gonna teach her to be a raging asshole of a sports fan? Well, I mean, you're Bostonians. You're born into that. That's what Lady Gaga's Born This Way was about, actually, was being a Boston sports fan and how angry they are all the time. What a beautiful reflection of how you love them, Cokes. Exactly, it really is. It's mainly the reason I still have a masculine idea, like I can deal with crying, but I don't like people to see me. I have been working on, this wasn't like the plan when it started, but I've been working on reducing the stigma around like masculinity and crying for 15 plus years now. So when I was in high school, I was very, very, emotional, like part of it like puberty and all that, but my emotions were way more intense in high school than they are now. So like I was a very easy crier. I low-key kind of got bullied, but also low-key kind of got respected because the year that Bridge to Terabithia came out, Bridge to Terabithia, I had never read the book. I didn't know it was a book, and I got catfished by the advertisements thinking it was some like almost Narnia-esque story. I had no idea it was about. And then Bridge to Terabithia happens, and it's not fucking that. And if you haven't seen Bridge to Terabithia, spoiler alert, the best, like the little girl best friend of the main character who like is helping him get through some stuff, and they form like a really good bond, and there's like a romantic interest there, and they really help each other out through their problems. She fucking dies in the middle of the fucking movie. There's a rope bridge that they have that gets them to Terabithia, which is just like another part of the woods where they practice like their imagination, like coping mechanisms and stuff like that. But there's a rope bridge over a little creek, like out in the woods, and she like does the rope swing over to the other side and it breaks and she hits her head on a rock and fucking dies. And the entire rest of the movie, the main character is completely devastated. Like he's practically lost his will to live. And that movie hit me so hard because I didn't know it was coming, and I was like 12. And I was bawling my eyes out. Like told people at school, like I was depressed for like 2 weeks after that movie and would like tear up about it. And people would make fun of me. He was like, oh, this guy cried to Bridge to Terabithia. And I was like, have you seen it? It's so sad. How could you not cry? Like it was the most devastating thing. And I took that and ran with it. So starting in high school, because this is like right in middle school, I would host at my house cry parties. So I would invite my friends over and be like, hey, find the saddest piece of media you can. Something that either makes you cry or makes you really, really close to crying. Find whatever that is, bring it to the cry party. We'll watch everybody's like movie or video or song or whatever it is, and we'll have a nice good cry to that. And I did that several times a year, like probably once a month throughout all of high school. It was a great time. It made some great memories. But yeah, crying as a man or a masculine individual, nothing to be shameful of. We all have these emotions. You shouldn't just not feel an emotion because somebody tells you, oh, it's not masculine. Like, what do you think is more important, living up to the social ideal of a masculine or feeling the emotions that you were born with? Like, why does it matter what somebody thinks you should be like when you are feeling a certain way? Like, I feel this way, this is who I am. It doesn't matter, like, what people say is supposed to be this. I am this. Handling emotions are tough, ups and downs. Yeah, they are. But figuring out how to handle them in a healthy way and express them to those around us, very big important thing. Lion King was my OG emotional damage. Yeah, that's a big one. This is how you people see me? Fucking awesome. I see you as fucking awesome, Lamenti. I thought Lady Gaga was from New Jersey. I was just making a joke. My Girl is the movie that gets me? I'm not sure I'm familiar. My Girl, 1991. Is that Macaulay Culkin on this poster? Hold on. It is, it's fucking Macaulay Culkin. Holy shit. I've never seen this movie. Looks like it would be something that I'd be interested in, though. Rain Over Me is one of the only movies that gets me. I'm trying. The Notebook, like, I've seen The Notebook a number of times, really gets me. Titanic gets me. Nowadays, Titanic doesn't get me as much, but Titanic used to get me every time. There's an old YouTube video called Too Claire from Sunny that's gotten me really hard. In terms of anime, Clannad After Story. 100% of the time, there's a couple episodes in Clannad After Story that get the waterworks going. It is brutal. It is such a fucking brutal show. Regular Clannad is pretty brutal too. TLDR for Clannad, without spoiling a lot of stuff, it was originally like a romance visual novel where like you play as a high school guy and you try and romance certain characters that you go to high school with. The only problem is, like, all of them can fucking die and do die. They make you fall in love with these people, and then, oh hey, they have something tragic about their backstory that literally causes them to die. So the show takes on, like, the main story arc, and not only does the main character die, his fucking kid dies. His fucking wife, who he loved dearly and who had a chronic illness, died in childbirth. And then a couple of years later, his daughter died. So it's an absolutely brutal, reflective, emotional anime. But I cried at the end of Persona 5. I don't give a fuck. No spoilers, because I haven't actually finished it yet. But I'm expecting to. But yeah, Clannad, man, kills me inside every time. Am I a monster for not crying at the part in Toy Story 3 where they're... It depends on which part. If you're gonna say the incinerator, no, you're not a monster. If you're gonna say when he gives the toys away and goes to college, I'll say also no, you're not a monster. But it's quite surprising. When Somebody Loved Me from Toy Story 2, guaranteed waterworks. I saw Toy Story 3, because Toy Story 3 came out, it was literally made for, like, our generation. It came out the summer that I graduated high school, 2010. And that summer, like, I had gone to the beach for the first time, and that same day, we went to go see Toy Story 3 in theaters. And I bawled my eyes out the entire end of that movie, the entire ride home. It was a rough time. What Was I Made For by Billie Eilish, her Barbie movie song. Ooh, and the monologue about being a woman from the Barbie movie kills me. I still need to see it. I was gonna say both, actually. I cried at the end of Persona 3, 4, and 5. Persona's good, baby. Persona's good. Oh, that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode? Yeah. That one I've seen a lot, and as somebody with an absentee father...
Looking to upgrade?
That one hit me really, really hard, because as a kid, like, I tried so hard to have a relationship with my father, and he did not want one. So when I saw that episode, both as, like, a 5-year-old, a 10-year-old, a 15-year-old... Oh, man. That's the roughest episode of Fresh Prince there is, man. Just thinking about it now gets the heart kind of like, ugh, a bit. I still get choked up at the end of Cowboy Bebop. Watchers and Shampoo, yeah. Yeah, See a Space Cowboy. Man, that See a Space Cowboy scene can make me tear up every time. I gotta have the context of the whole episode, though. I can't just put on the See a Space Cowboy scene. You gotta have the whole build up. Cygnus, good morning. You didn't let us know you were looking to upgrade, so I'm sorry to say it doesn't count, and Jawsy gets those points. I got one that'll get me every time. Bye-bye Butterfree. Bye-bye Butterfree is pretty, Well, LOL. No, he doesn't actually. I'm just, memeing. I wanted to see if Sig would respond to that, because it was funny. Trying to think. The Pokemon anything that got me the hardest, the Celebi movie and Heroes, the Latios and Latias movie, both of those made me cry. Well, all the Pokemon movies really, like the first Pokemon movie where Ash gets fucking turned to stone and Pikachu's tears bring him back to life, that always makes me cry. Pokemon the movie 2000, not so much. That one's cool though, Lugia and the Legendary Birds. And then, yeah, you get the Celebi movie with all the time travel and shit like that. Time travel will always get me. Pikachu and the ketchup, that's everything. But I know what you're talking about. And then Pokemon Heroes with Latios and Latias, and how Latias falls in love with Ash, which is kind of weird, but also really adorable and heartwarming. It gets worse when you realize when butterflies die after they mate, so that's why he never reunited with Butterfree. But I'm pretty sure he did, though. He did reunite with Butterfree in, like, that last little epilogue bit that they had after he won the Championship Cup. It was either that or Pidgeot, but he reunited with a lot of his Pokemon. One of those I don't think he did reunite with, though, is fucking Primeape. Okay. We are going to switch on over to NCAA, because, believe it or not, today's a football day, too, on top of the mental health talk. It was Pidgeot. Y'all, we are 7, 8, 9, 10. We're 11 days away from for College Football 25. Oh, excuse me. 11 days, 12 days away until the anniversary. Did we all scream at our TV? Against fucking Richie, no less. Oh, man, you better believe I still get upset about that. To this day, losing to a little fucking Charmander because you're like, huh, just fucking fall asleep? You piece of shit. Just step on it. Step on it and then go to sleep. You fucking dick. The fact that Charizard at all, like, I like the idea that Ash has a powerful Pokemon that doesn't, doesn't listen to him because it doesn't respect him or whatever. Ash literally saved the fucking Charmander's life, bro.
It's in the game.
That Charmander, like, loved Ash so much. Why did it change? What about its personality changed when it became a fucking, Charmeleon? I had to go get the controller really quick. He became an edgy teenager. I mean, I guess, but then what about when he's a Charizard? He should be like a more mature, like past his edgy teen phase, recognizing that, his trader saved his goddamn life phase. All right, one quick soft reset. Because I gotta pee again. This Duncan went right through me. How are the interview questions coming along? Not well, actually. I've got like 3 of them. I need more questions. People, please, give me questions that you want to ask other members of the community. Any questions? I'll vet them, pick the best ones, or all of them. But please submit questions you want to ask the mods, the VIPs, for the interviews while I go pee. All right. How do you find the community? Let me add this to the list. Anniversary, is that it? Yes. One of the questions on here is, do you believe in Joe Hendry? All right. Okay. Who's ready? We're still number 2. They haven't given us number 1 yet. Penn State fucking leapfrogged us. I can't believe that. We're against LSU. They're 4-2. An SEC battle against a very high-powered, high-flying offense. We're at home for this one, though. All right, anybody that wants to pick a piece of our jersey, like the color and design, roll a d20. We'll go in initiative order, highest to lowest. There's going to be 4 winners. Helmet, jersey, pants, and then socks and shoes count as one. Eagles got a 12. Infinite rolled a 17. 5-second cooldown, apparently. How hard is it to make a Google form to anonymously submit questions? Not hard at all. Not hard at all. We did it last year for like the holiday, birthday holiday things in December. Like the year in review. I rolled a 9. What do we got? We got 15 for Lamenti. $17 for Infinite. Infinite's at the top. 15 for Lamenti. We got 17, 15. Anything comes up that's around a 17 or a 15. You made 2 commands? Yeah, one is roll 1d20, and the other one is exclamation point d20. Lamenti, stop abusing the cooldown for the homies to trying to roll. $17, 15. 15. I was just showing them, cool down these nuts. I will cool down these nuts. I'll give them the old hawk. Spit on that thing. 15 for Prince. Does anybody else have any D20 rolls? Who do we not get? Deathblade, did yours go through? Deathblade, roll again. I don't see you on here. Yeah, it looks like twice it did not accept your input. Tater rolled a 12. You thought we were past that meme? We're never gonna be past Hawk Tua. It's gonna be like an old meme after another like week or 2 here. 19 for Deathblade. All right, Deathblade. Am I still injured out of curiosity? We can figure out once we get into the game. All right, Deathblade, you get the helmet. You got the highest number. So here are your options. There is Black 1. It's an all-black hat with the UMass block-style logo, we call it. There is Black Alternative, the all-black helmet with the UMass script-style logo. There is White, which has the red and blue racing stripes down the middle. And then there's the White Alternate, which is all white with no racing stripes. And those are the 4 helmet choices. I rolled a 19. Did you roll before that, though? You had a 9. White? Okay. The next highest, I believe, was a 17. Infinite. You rolled the 17. You get to pick the jersey. Jersey you have. Maroon. Which, as you can see, is not quite maroon, but red. Got players' names on the back, that font. White. Same font and everything, inverted colors. White jersey, red numbers. Black. Black jersey, white numbers with a red outline. 2011 maroon. A red jersey with like a black stripe down the side of the torso. 2011 white. All white jersey with the red stripe down the torso side. And that's it. So you get maroon, white, black, 11 maroon, or 11 white. This is for infinite picking. I'm here. What color jersey do you want? We've got maroon. All red, white letters, black outline. We've got white, all white. Red letter, maroon 11. All right. Boom. Pants, who had next? I think it was a 15 that was next. We may have had two 15s or two 17s. Lamenti got a 15. Prince also got a 15. Prince and Lamenti do a roll-off. 1d20. Lamenti got a 7. Winner gets the pants, the loser gets the socks and shoes. You're gonna, oh, all right, Lamenti, pants. We start with maroon. All red. You got black. They're all black. You got white. They're all white. But then you got 11 maroon, which is like the candy apple red with the black stripe. You got 11 white, which is white with the black stripe. You got 11 black, which is pretty much exactly the same as regular black. Slightly different logos on the thighs right there for 11 black. So the options are black. All right. Boom. All right, Prince, you get socks and shoes. The socks, they can be black or white. That's it. Black or white for the socks. And then with the shoes, you have much more variety. Black socks, black and red shoes. All right. There we go. Let's do it. Number 2, UMass. Woo. Hey, Prince, lightning quick. Thank you. Jokes on the cheap viewers. We got free viewers here. Oh my God. Imagine paying for your viewers when they just show up for free. Oh my God. They're like the 2nd ranked offense in the country. Holy cow. Their defense, though. Oh my God. Their defense. They're the worst defense in the country and the 2nd best offense in the country. We are gonna destroy them. Oh my God. It might be a shootout, but I think we're straight up gonna put up like 70 on them. I'm gonna put up the over-under. Over-under, it's gonna be the usual 63.5. Over, under. Boom. Number 16, LSU versus number 2, UMass. The SEC powerhouses at dusk. Look at that sundown. Here at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Massachusetts. The Tigers are going to choose heads, even though Tigers have tails. They should have called tails because we win the coin toss, so we're kicking it. I got owned by a team member on Teams. No, what happened? How'd you get owned? Were they like, as per my last email to you? Kyle Ford, last game, 201 yards, 4 TDs, just over a 50% completion percentage. We're going to start off, though, with our base 4-3. This is what we do, suss them out. They got a very high-powered passing offense, but the worst defense in the country. So we're going to try and disrupt them. Right? Goes down low. Oh, man. Immediately we get the roughing the passer. I did not think that was roughing. That's bullshit. We almost picked that ball off, though. I was trying to click the ban button on that bot, and a message popped up and open the message instead of me clicking chat. Oh, man. Smackledorfed. Is Panda still concussed? That's a good question. Strategy. There's no injury report, so I'm going to say no. We can't even look at the injury report. So I think that means there's nobody on either team that is injured. Toaster? Oh, no. Close. Wow, they still get 6. That dude's slippery. Toaster got up there, but this dude kind of like leaped and took his momentum. SOS indeed. Oh, man. That dude was so slow, too. Their blocking up front was just really good. Hey, everybody at work today, please be kind. Even though it's a Monday after a holiday, there's no reason to people like shit or drive like assholes. There's never a reason on a Monday. We're all struggling out here. Oh, my God. Everybody played him. That's not who I wanted to be on. It put me on the wrong person. I wanted to be on zombie, so I held left and dove, and it put me on the corner who was containing. That was embarrassing. Dude is fully lubed up. He sure is. We're gonna go on zombie. Going through. Oh, man. They do got the number 2 offense in the country behind us. Number 1. What a throw, but Eagles kills that man. Oh, my God. What if you told them they were dragging tires and the sidewall blew out a yeah for the second time, even after... What? Yeah. I tried to pull him off so that we could have contain on that. He just followed the guys anyway. I tried to pull him back. Yeah, I have no idea what that means either. I'm sure that those are words, but not ones that I've ever heard in that order. Oh, we got backups in GB1216 on the lineup here. Oh, throws away out of the back of the end zone. That's not what you want there, bud. We're going to play, let's see here, option defense, focus to quarterback. Very long tire exploded in your face? What the fuck, PJ? Are you okay? What a hit from the Ice Guys. Huge sack. That's scary, bro. All right, defense, bend but don't break here. It's, for all intents and purposes, 3rd and goal. He's going to get it, but he's going out of bounds. Does not get the touchdown. Now, do they go for it or do they kick the field goal here? Oh, they're going for it. Oh, shit. 4th and 2, and they're going for it in the first quarter. They're not taking the points. Whoa! You ain't going for it now, are ya? Are ya? Ha ha!
Still fourth down.
Smeckledorf. They might fake it. We're gonna hope that they don't. Kick is up and it's good. They take the 3. Can we take a second and realize PJ said again as in not his first time? Yeah, that's even more scary. Need to be giving you hazard pay at this point? Do people get paid hazard pay anymore? Is that a real thing? Has he? Oh, man. Well, not quite able to evade that time, but also we didn't have the blocking. But we're going to see, yeah, Panda's very much in this. We're going to try a run at the start, but this is the worst passing defense in the country. So we'll see how well goalie does opening it up on him. Panda, he's going. There's a spin move of the century of the week. He's still going. On his feet, down after 17 yards. Panda, doing what he does best. All right, let's see here. We got Godpak on the left, Supreme Knight on the right, Infinite, the Air General. Gonna try and split him up the middle. Goalie? Nobody's running nothing because goalie threw that ball, whatever that was. Saturday, I wasn't ready for it and pulled out my phone to tell the wife this is bullshit, and boom! Sidewall blew out and was across the street. If I didn't pull it, would have smoked me. Oh my god, PJ. That is horrifying to hear, bro. I'm glad you're okay. Bro, I'd be having a fucking panic attack. I'd be having 2 panic attacks at the same time. What was that? What just happened? Did, like, the ball get tipped or something? What's going on here? Goalie, you mind explaining this one, buddy? Hello?
Yeah.
Okay. Their defense is the worst in the country, but our quarterback wants to live up to their standard, it would seem. We're gonna go that way. Jig ba-boom. As you look at that pursuit! And there's a flag. Coach, ain't gonna lie, I may be hungover as fuck after the 4-day weekend. That's fair, that's valid. Hell yeah, we back him up. Clipping play. Imagine getting clipping on the punt return. Toaster does it, but he's a toaster. Who's coming in on blitz here? Speaking of toaster, we're gonna put you on a QB spy duty here. Toaster comes up, allows Leo to come up. Everybody's coming on this dude. Whoa, pause, phrasing. I did not mean that like that. Whoa. Oh, goodness. Taken down, nice. No, no.
Personal foul.
Impartial, cloudy ant take. That was an impartial, cloudy. We really... Shadow Welsh, you take him down by his face mask, bro? You kidding me? You think a tire was going to take this heritage title off me? Nah. All the shovels in the world won't rip this title off my body? Hell yeah, dude. It's fused to his skin now. Wow. How's he getting stiff-armed? Where's the Fox Splits at? I lost it. I really want a Fox Splits here. Oh no! Leo took PJ's legs out from under him. Spec, what's going on, baby? How are you doing today? Happy Mental Health Monday. How was your weekend? My God, we were bend but don't break last time too, so we'll just stick doing that this time. Oh shit, I think I went by the Fox Blitz too. Oh my God, the blocking! Incredible blocking. PJ getting a tackle, but wow, they've got 84 rushing yards already. And this no huddle really is not helping. You appreciated the 4-day? Hell yeah. Took him down by the face mask, but that time, no call, thankfully. That would have been like our third face mask of this game, and that allows us to change formations to something a little bit more reasonable for our team here. Whew. Cleared up in time to go back to work. Oh, you were gifted with the Rona. Oh, no. Are you feeling okay now? Oh my God, take him down. Thank you, PJ. Holy cow, that dude broke so many tackles. My heart was in my throat. Oh man, there's still time left to bet on this over-under, folks. You got 30 cookies on each side. Surely y'all can come up with more than 30 cookies to put on this over-under. Carlish Logan had an entrance when he came out with a prime bottle. Oh my goodness. Kick is up and good. It's a 6-0 game. As he fields it clean. Oh, why did you... 72! Why did you miss that block? I thought that we had it and then... Wow, okay. We'll try a tight end cross right off the bat. Try and take a shot with goalie right to the end zone right here. Look at group moaning left side. Valerie Venom on the right. Oh, goalie throws it directly to the safety. What is this? Why is he playing so poorly? That was not even in the same area code as one of our players. It's def the under? We'll see about that. Is this like that reverse psych trickery? Okay, our offense is just refusing to interact in any way with their team. Look at this. 69 misses the block. 74 runs right through him and doesn't get that block. What the hell is happening right now, friendos? Bully 0 for 4 passing, and it really hasn't been close, a lot of these. 101 yards to 19 yards. Oh, goodness. Kick is away. Down the sideline. As he get over here, force him to the outside. Toaster. And as he teaming up, this dude breaks off. Man. We're ready to rock and roll? Let's go. We have 0 points, 7 plays, 19 yards, 1 first down that I don't even remember us getting. Oh, wait, that was the one panda run that was like for 17 yards. That's right.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Everybody runs past him, gets a first down. My goodness. They're making it look easy right now. Folks, get over here. Red, come to the outside. Okay, just let him run by everybody. wow. This is certainly something. Cheetah, cheetah. I'd say you're cheating. You're stealing our play calls. Eagles, nice tackle there. Speared him. Huge spear by Eagles. That's going to be the end of the first. It's 6-0 LSU. Not a whole lot doing in this ball game right now, but that don't mean it's going to stay that way. They do have an opportunity to get a first down here. Nice job, Shadow. We played that great. Force the pitch. Shadow is there. Okay. This is where we really need to hold. Force another field goal. Touchdown here would be kind of brutal. Nice job, Eagles. 4th and 11. They probably would have gone for it if they caught that ball, but now they cannot. Not at all. Oh my God. What a game so far. Defense is doing great. Offense is not even showing up. Kick is up. They got it. 9-0. No touchdowns, though. No touchdowns. 1 touchdown puts us back in this game. We just need a block of some kind ever on this drive. Come on, somebody. Get a block. Get a block.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Defense! Oh, yes. We'll accept that. Let's go. I thought we were going to get clipping. All right. Let's give Panda the ball. Panda's feel a little bit better. Feel a little bit better. Taken down by the face mask. Let's go. That's 15 yards.
Personal foul. Face mask.
Coach, I guess this is a bad time to tell you I had all the starters blacked out last night at a Rager.
Automatic first down.
Yeah, I would have liked to know that ahead of time so I could have game planned for it, but we'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll see if we can run it down their throat with the Panda. He doesn't need to see where he's going. He just needs to run. Activate Panda mode. Okay, never mind. We're getting 2 yards. The starting, what are they called? The linemen, yeah, they might actually need to know how to play football right now. Oof. We'll see what happens. We're going to roll out to the left. We're going to try and hit, who is this, Valerie? Goalie. You had 2 people wide open, bro. I had time to set the feet and everything. What was that throw? You're a 99 overall. You should not be playing like that. That was so inexplicable. All I did was press the fucking button. Oh for 6. Huh. I don't know. We're a second half team. While that is not incorrect, I would prefer it if we weren't.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Easy, kill. Cheetah, watch the shift.
Nice job.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Goalie doesn't play at UMass. He plays for Blue Mountain State. Whew. He's playing for something, that's for sure. Take him down, please. Oh my God, guys. Get off a fucking block, would you? 3rd and 6. Nobody on our team knows what hustle is. We cannot let them burn the clock here. We need a touchdown of our own. Oh, fuck. Dread, no, you can't miss that. Eagles, nice hit.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. That makes it 3rd and 7.
Oh, there's that Fox blitz we've been looking for. Okay, another 3rd down, given up.
Makes the catch. That's good for a gain of 18 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Easy, easy, kill. Cheetah. SOS. No, that's it.
Number 98 on the tackle. Call it a gain of 9 yards.
Wow.
That brings it 2nd and 1.
We're getting absolutely dumpstered on this game. And, like, there's nothing we can do about it. The game has just decided that we are fucked. First down. I think we have 1 first down all game, and they've got, like, 15 already. Alert cat, alert cat. Spin around backwards, he still gets 8 fucking yards.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Nice job. Blowing up the middle.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
Coach, what do you want to see here? That's not what I want to see. Fuck. They're just going to run this ball. Oh, they're not running it. Oh, they got a touchdown over here. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Thank God. Holy cow. 4 times they've made it into the red zone. 4 times we've held them to a field goal. Holy cow. My heart is pounding. Kick is up and good. We're just going to take a knee in the end zone here because we can't block anything.
Fair catch made on the kickoff.
We've had 18 yards of offense in the first half. And that was on 1 panda run.
Number 54 with the tackle. That is a loss of 4 yards. 2nd and 14.
This is a tough game. Our offense did not show up to play. Is this goalie back here? Like, who is this? What has happened to our team?
That brings up 3rd and 14.
Like, it feels like we've got a 10 overall out here. Infinite catches the ball and drops it, of course.
Number 22, the intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 14.
Bro, I don't even know why this team showed up. You kidding me?
Turnover on downs.
Well, Jazzy Jr., come on down, bud.
Thank you so much.
Eagles, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you, homie.
Number 69 brings
Matt Shottle is back, baby. No kidding. You'll be good once you get some Gatorade in at halftime? I sure hope so. Is because I said we're gonna destroy them? Probably, honestly. It's a screen, it's a screen, it's a screen, it's a screen, it's a screen. Get over there, Dread. Nice job. I jinxed the shit out of this game. All I did was read the pre-game report. Right as it was like they were the worst defense in the country, it was over. It feels like it. But it's not even that their defense has been doing good. We have just missed everything. Goalie, you're 0 for 10. Finally, we get a decent return here. Yeah, we have 14 yards of offense. Panda had one 17-yard rush, and then he's gone backwards every play.
Number 45 is in at quarterback.
Just sit back and let Dino show you how it's done as he does that. What were you saying? See, just like that. But that's what he's been doing. We're trying to do the opposite of that. 62, hello? I don't know why our team stopped being able to function. I don't get it. Oh, our first completion of the game! We got one! Oh my god. It goes to Valerie Venom. Holy cow. We got a completion. I didn't think I'd see it today. Jossie fumbles the ball. Now the audio is all crunchy. I don't get it. Like, these people are wide open, and we're throwing it 50 yards downfield. Can we throw it inbounds? Coach, what do you want to see here? Just a punt? Probably what we do, honestly. Shutout in the first half, probably for the first time ever, honestly. Go out of bounds, please. Yes! Oh my god, let's go. They have horrible field position. Great punt by Jig. Now we just go to the second half. We start the ball, or we start the second half with the ball, excuse me. Nice. Why are you passing it here? Just take the knee. You're up 2 scores. You've had the ball 4 times and you haven't scored a touchdown. Okay, nice Dread. Get stiff-armed by their fucking 50-pound running back.
That's good for a gain of
18 rushes for 100 yards. Must be nice. And that's halftime. Well, we got completely shut out in the first half. They have 14 first downs. We have 3. Let's see if we actually are a second half team.
number 20 deep to return.
They've allowed 25 yards of total offense. Oh. All right, Panda. Let's hand it off to you, see if you can carry us home to the promised land. Panda. Nice job staying on his feet. 8 yards for the Panda.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
Panda first down. Play action pass. We've established the run. Oh, meds check. Fuck, thank you, Lamenti. I do need to take my meds. Joss. Everybody's been wide open and we just can't connect. Not even getting it within 10 yards of anybody who's open today. Jossie gets us to extend Grim. Nice job. We can run for a first down here. Yeah, hold on. Quick meds check, everybody. Get your meds. Meds check for today. If you've not taken your meds, make sure you get them. In there. Bit late myself. Delicious. We're 1 for 6 on 3rd down. Let's see if we can convert with the Panda. Panda. Nice. Up the middle. Panda bobbing and weaving. Gets tripped up after a gain of 8. You could totally do your job from anywhere if they'd let you. On a moose. On Chef Moose, specifically. I don't know if that's true, Jossie. I don't know if Jossie always throws it perfectly. We'll see. We'll see right here. Does Jossie throw it perfectly? He doesn't even come close to throwing it perfectly. What do we got to do here? What do we got to do to get our quarterbacks room to actually look at where they're throwing the ball? That's what I want to know. Oh, double spin move from Panda gets a first down. 12-yard rush from the Panda. 80 wasn't fast enough. Not my fault. I don't know about that. I think you were a bit premature there, if you know what I'm saying, buddy. Play action pass. There we go. There we go. Panda. Another first down. We're gonna try a screen pass next. Don't know why the audio is choppy, but it is. Gets a screen. Cut it back in. 62. We had a touchdown if you get that fucking block. Why didn't you even try? Jossie makes a throw. 62 just runs by the guy. Doesn't even try to block him. I hate this game sometimes. It was late for the rock, so he early for everything else. FOMO, man. FOMO. True. What do I gotta do? What do I gotta do? 3rd and 6. We're gonna try to strong left toss. It's our bread and butter. It's what we do the best out of anybody in the country. It would be if our team could block. I don't think we can get a field goal from here, so we're gonna have to go for it. Coach, what do you want to see? Coach also agrees. He doesn't think that a field goal is possible from this position on the field. We'll see what we can get. We're getting booed out of the building.
it second and 4.
Panda Pukes, guys, please. That's what I'm saying. Oh, everybody misses. Okay.
Coleman with the carry. That's a gain of 16 on the play. First down.
Put Thussy back in and give me group moaning on a slant. You're 0 for 10.
Number 53 makes the tackle. Gain of 12 yards. That makes it first and 10.
Please tackle him. Holy cow. Trust the process? All right. All right. I'll tell you what. We'll put Thussy back in. We'll give you group moaning on a slant. One of those is Infinite dropping the ball. Okay, that's one of them. The other 9 are you missing wide open guys. I don't think it matters who we have back there right now, because ain't nobody performing on either side of the ball.
Number 55 with the tackle. Call it a gain of 15 yards. First down. Penalty flag thrown on the play.
False start. Offense.
False start on the offense. Okay. They have had the ball 5 times. They've scored all 5 times. They have not punted the ball yet. We have not scored on a single drive. There's going to be a run, and we're not going to be able to stop. Oh, it's a screen. It's a screen. We can do something about a screen. There we go. Okay, 2nd and 19. It's not the passing we got to worry about. They're not really passing it. They're just getting these huge runs. 240 total yards. We don't even have 100 total yards of offense. Watch the run. Nice job, Dredd.
Gain of 7 yards. Third down.
Gotta stuff them. We've sure been trying. Screen again. Oh my god, our own guy got in the way. Mr. Zombie trips him up. There we go. All right. They're gonna get another field goal here to make it 18-zip. We'll be down 3 scores. Right down Broadway. Okay, you are paying down a slant. Let's see if there's a... We'll go with this one. It's got a motion play. Goalie back in a quarterback. This is a nice little motion drag to Supreme Knight.
Knight was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
All right, group moaning goes on a slant. All right, slant to group moaning. The play you specifically asked for. Gets intercepted. And it's a pick 6. I gave you the slant to group moaning. He was wide open. He threw a pick 6. You're going back on the bench. That DB made a great play on the ball. Oh, no, he didn't. Goalie overthrew. Like, okay, we're throwing to this guy. Why are you throwing it over there? If goalie made a good throw, this would be in group Oding's hands. The D-bag wouldn't be anywhere near it. That is not a good play by the defender. That is an overthrow by goalie. If that defender wasn't there, group Oding wasn't catching this ball anyway. To be fair, he said a Salanta Grid is an easy TD. He didn't say a TD for us. That's valid. That's valid.
Fair catch made on the kickoff. Number 45 is in at quarterback.
And remember the time I said that they were the worst defense in the country and that this would be a slaughter? I don't think it would be in this direction.
Incomplete pass. Knight was the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Double tight, double tight. Double tight. Four down, four down. No, check it.
Panda, we got a block. We got 2 blocks. Panda, no! 80, come on, bro.
That's a gain of 38 on the play. First down.
Down 25 in the third. I know one QB that could make this comeback. Let's see if we got him on our team. We do not.
Knight the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Double tight. Four down.
35, We've had so many wide open plays. We'd have like 500 yards of passing if goalie didn't get our entire quarterback's room blackout drunk before this game. Panda go, Panda! Dives in, our first touchdown of the game. Holy shit. Coach, what do you want to see? Do you want us to go for 2? He does not. If Bubba Smith misses this, I will have given up on this game. Okay, good job, Bubba Smith.
Smith set to return.
Gamerk, what's going on? I'm doing good. We had a great mental health talk this morning. Very great morning of Mental Health Monday. This game is frustrating, but aside from the frustration of this game, it's been a very good day. How are you, K-Merk? How was your weekend? What do you got going on today?
Gain 15 on the play. That makes it 1st and 10.
No chance. 57's the mic. Watch 57. Check. Easy. Kill. Cheetah. Alert 3.
Makes the reception. That's good for a gain of 13 yards. First down.
Roger. Mike 20. He don't know no better. Get high, baby.
I want to put the clock in conservative mode when we get the ball. Conservative burns the clock. We don't want to burn the clock. We're down a whole bunch.
7 makes the tackle. Gain of 7 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
Ready? Hey, Mike 20.
There we go.
Call it a loss of 1 yard on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Roger. Hey, check Mike 57.
No, come on, bring him down. Let's go. 4th and 5. They're probably going to take this down to the 4th quarter. We'll see. This is their first punt of the whole day. We'll see if they burn this clock. Oh, my goodness. It's okay if they do. They don't. Wow, we're going to get another play here. Okay, cool. Goes out of the back of the end zone. We're going to get a play in the 3rd quarter. That's big. Oh, man. My heart is pounding right now. It is racing. Well, 4 yards. Not exactly what we were looking for there.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
We're gonna have to go like no huddle every play.
Reset, tight right. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, check, check. Take go, take go.
The pass is incomplete. Number 89, the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Check, tight right, tight right, tight right. Solo out there, check the house out there. Four down, four down.
Jazzy.
Falls incomplete.
Oh my god.
The intended receiver on the play. That'll make it 4th and 6.
I don't understand why everybody's just so bad at throwing the ball today. We haven't changed anything. They're just wildly off target.
Mike 52, Mike 52. Right down. Set 64. Check 3, check, check, alert, alert, alert. Shift over. Blue 88, check, check, alert, alert, alert. Shift over, over, over. Done.
Turnover on downs.
They dropped it. We get a perfect throw on the sideline, and it gets dropped. They call for the ball in their hands and bounces right out.
We got tight left, tight left. Four down, four down.
That's the story of this game. Nobody doing anything. You're all fired.
Number 61 makes the tackle. Gain of 1 yard. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Wow.
57's the Mike, Mike 57. Check 3, check 3. Kill, 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 kill.
Pullman on the run. Call it a gain of 1 yard. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Tight end right. Four down, four down.
They kick this field goal. We'll still be in this game. Oh, no, we won't. Game's over.
The kick is good. Number 20, deep to return.
Had 43 plays and 152 total yards. We've only managed 8 first downs this game. Well, we're in 4 verts every play territory. We're down by 25 points. Like, it's not, like, completely impossible, but it is rather improbable, especially when Jazzy just throws it out of bounds. What am I supposed to do? I just press the button and he heaves it to the sideline.
Larry, Larry. I teed it up. Where's 52? Watch 52.
Hey, we got a catch. It's to Infinite. Infinite, go! Infinite pass midfield. Holy cow. That's like our longest play of the day. Whew. Dude had him beat by a mile, and Jazzy still throws it nowhere near him and overthrows him so he can't get there. God damn, that should have been a touchdown.
Looking to upgrade.
Mike 52. Hey, watch the slant.
When the game wants you to lose, it wants you to lose. That's the way of it. Trey. Okay, okay, okay. No huddle, no huddle, no huddle, no huddle, no huddle.
Gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Come on, folks. Get to the line, get to the line. You're burning clock, you're burning clock. There we go. That's Trey. That's Trey. That's Trey. That's Trey. That's Trey. Out of bounds.
Makes the catch. Gain of 13 yards. That makes it 1st and 10. second and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight. Four down. And 58 is the mic.
Like, seriously, are you okay? I don't want to... No, I'm fine. Like, I'm frustrated, but, like, I'm not doing poorly because of the video game.
Call it a loss of 3 yards on the
Like, I am A-okay. This ain't my first rodeo. I'm annoyed at worst that the game is disrespecting us in such a way. But, I mean, this is only one game this season. Valerie, stay on your feet. Fuck. Also, I haven't given up. I still want to win. The game doesn't want us to win, but I still want to win. Did somebody get hurt? Why, I'm like spamming no huddle and nothing is happening. And the clock is running. Okay. See, like that. I was spamming no huddle and nothing happened. We're going to try a fade with Supreme Knight. Josie can't even hit the fade. Oh my god. We had it too. We had the touchdown immediately. Oh my god. Supreme Knight won the fade, and Jazzy just throws it out of bounds. Panda can't get there.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards. That makes it 3rd and goal.
It'll drop us from second. It'll help us get to first. Maybe.
Incomplete pass. Number 89 was the intended receiver on the play. That brings up 4th and goal.
Ooh. 0 for 3 on 4th down. We're not much better on 1st down either. Dr. Krabby, let's go. Takes it in for a touchdown. Coach, what do you want to see here? Coach wants us to go for 2. I don't know if we can get the 2. He does want us to go for 2, though.
Here we go. Where's 52? Watch 52. Here go. Mike, ready? Here go.
We'll try it. Oh, Valerie Venom, strained pec out for the game. Oh, I fucked that up. Didn't matter.
LSU recovers the onside kick.
I mean, the O-line wasn't even really that bad this game. They were kind of rough on the rushing plays, but not on the passing plays. Nobody was accurate today.
Smith with the carry. That's a gain of 5 on the play. That makes it 2nd and 6.
Mike, watch 57. Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
And the times they were accurate, the receivers were dropping them. It was just a perfect storm of bullshit.
With the tackle. Loss of 1 yard on the play. 3rd down.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you were playing up to your normal caliber, running those 4 verts every play was working. Our guys were getting open. We just couldn't connect with them. Nice job, Shadow, getting in there.
Loss of 7 yards on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 13.
It was Murphy's Law, pretty much. We still got time. We still got time. Theoretically. That was Murphy's Law right there. That was a perfectly thrown ball to Godpock. The safety comes across the field and tip drills it into his own guy's hands. Like, I thought that was going to fit snug in. And, okay.
Looking to upgrade.
Hey, we scored on the Super Sim. Cool.
End of the game. The final score is 32. 20.
6 for 6, along with 37, 2 for 2 on extra points. Their kicker was the player of the game.
Please drive home
They really didn't want us to win. That was a rough one. That was a very, very rough game of football. Woo! Completely ruined our season, so we're not going to get the undefeated season 10 plus natty plus everything. We didn't have a single season where we went fully undefeated. So we will exit out of this so that it saves. Final score was a lot better than the halftime score, at least. At one point, it was 25-0. The fact that we were able to score 20 points at all. We'll look at these stats, but it's not going to be pretty. Jawsy went 15 for 33. This includes all the garbage time, plus the super sim. And in one of those, he got a touchdown. But before the super sim took over, he was not doing very good at all. Goalie 0 for 11, 2 interceptions. Did not complete a single pass today. Didn't get sacked. Panda went 18 for $120, so he's still probably in the lead in the Heisman race. Jawsy didn't go anywhere. Panda had 1 touchdown, which was us. Receiving, Infinite 6 for 83 and a touchdown. Dr. Krabby 1 for 5 and a touchdown. Not a whole lot doing here. Hold on, let's take a look at the drops, actually. We only had 2 official drops today. It didn't even count several of them, but we did have 2 big drops by Infinite and Valerie Venom. Blocking, Panda and Dad Trainer gave up a sack. Defensively, PJ had 8 tackles, 1 for a loss. Dread had 4 TFLs on 7 tackles. Leo had 7 tackles. We had 1,000,000 tackles because they ran 1,000,000 plays. Oh my god, everybody got some tackles today. Well, let's advance the week and see where we fall to. I'm thinking we fall outside of the top. We're going to be like between 8 and 11. 8, 9, 10, or 11. The PS3 application has likely crashed. You can close it. Well, unfortunately, this doesn't mean that we get to replay the game. But it does mean that we don't get to see where we rank. Well, what a poopy game. Unfortunately, they can't all be winners. So that is just a fact of life, as it were. It'll be like that sometimes. But as it stands, my friends, that is oh, okay. As it stands, oh my god. I did not want to hear myself there. It's Monday, and we're 4 hours in, so this is where we call it, homies. Let's see who's live. This is a very, very productive... Well, the football game wasn't good. Let's not forget that the start of the stream, the Mental Health Monday, most of the stream, actually, we only played 1 game of football today, was a great, beautiful mental health talk. Yeah, but thank you for hitting. We also got the VOD right here, if anybody wants to check out the VOD's channel. We got the YouTube, if anybody wants to check out the YouTube while we are offline. Not a whole lot on either of those, especially now since we are also hosting our VODs on Twitch again. But those are there if you want to check them out. As always, my friends, thank you so much for hanging today. This was a beautiful, lovely Mental Health Monday. I had a very good time talking about mental health stuff. I hope you did as well. I'll put up a poll, because I don't know what to do today. I think the mental health talks have been really great and eye-opening. I agree, and thank you, Prince, very much for introducing us to this card game. All right, predictions are going, or not predictions, a new poll going up 2 minutes, my friends, as we have this end of stream vibe check, mental health talk. Again, the questions for today were, how many times have you been fallen in love, however you want to interpret falling in love. How many times? What is the name of this chapter of your life? The first question for me, four times. The name of this chapter of my life, I call it New Game Plus. And then what's an apology you never got to give? Don't really have any, because I apologize profusely. LJ, hello, you beautiful biscuit. How are you doing? Happy Monday. Leo's winning the poll right now. There's 2 minutes. Well, a minute left. Get your vote in if you want to vote on where we're going. We back for XCOM tonight? We are back for XCOM tonight, Infinite. Yes, we are indeed. I call this chapter Longing for Truck-kun. Is that something you want to talk about? It's not good to long for Truck-kun. Maybe good to long for Truck-kun if an isekai actually happens, but in general, we want to help you through that, homie. All right, Leo is firmly ahead here, so we'll raid on into him. Starless Leo. Remember, folks, not only tonight are we coming back for some XCOM, but next weekend, affiliation, our 4-year anniversary, ! Subathon, so you can take a look at what we got going on in there. That's the graphics. Go check them out. There's also a thing in the Discord that shows it. But we got merch giveaways, game giveaways, a wheel of punishment, all sorts of stuff. And it'll be really cool to have y'all there for. In the meantime, everybody know that I love you very, very much. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Monday morning. We'll be back here a little after dinner time, maybe like 6 o'clock or so, Eastern Standard Time. I hope to see y'all there, but if not, I'll catch you on the Flippy. Take it easy, everybody.